in a mid-season draft last year and who does not have a profile outside of those who know him at Collingwood. To replace Brodie Grundy, Mason Cox obviously overlooked for that particular role. So another reason to think that the Mason Cox experiment, Bill, may be done.
Might be done. Beg, I looked him up. He's 197 centimetres. That's not big for a ruckman. That's not tall at all.
Begsy.
But,
so he must be able to jump or something because he's up against some big boys.
And in keeping with what Craig McRae's doing there, everyone's getting a chance when that moment presents itself. And for Begg, it's this week against the Gold Coast. Jim, we've discussed this regularly over the journey. The concussion sub, which was brought in, and it was initially going to be termed concussion sub, it then became a medical sub, but introduced just 30 hours before round one of 2021. We got through last year. It still hasn't got its proper definition. Michael Voss, among the coaches, have got varying views on what it could be and what it should be. He said this during the week on 3AW.
I must admit, I don't really sort of see much need for the sub personally. I mean, I can't see why we just can't play the 23 and with the cap rotations, it manages itself.
It's become confusing.
5 on the bench.
Yeah.
From the start, right?
And that would be similar to what it once was with the medical sub vest. Prior to this concussion sub coming in, it was a concussion conversation that actually had it come into the system just before round one last year. It's been, I don't want to say rorted because that's too strong a word, but clubs can manipulate injury, and we've seen it happen where players come off the ground, subbed out of the ground, and play the next week. Even in round 3, now Geelong was 37 points behind Collingwood at one stage. Radigalia came off with a legitimate foot injury, and that was match ending. But Sidebottom didn't come off for cramps in the same game. Dalehouse came on. They retrieved the 37-point deficit. Even last night, Jim, Willie Rioli came off for non-concussions reasons. So I get the medical side of it, but the clubs, and you can just hear it in Michael Voss's voice, are frustrated at how it can be used on certain situations and not on others.
I like Craig McRae earlier in the year when he said, okay, if we're going to go down this path and we're going to use it as a medical sub, not a concussion sub, then as soon as one team flicks the switch, the other team are absolutely able to do it at the exact same time. So therefore, you're not at any disadvantage. Like last night, West Coast were miles back. But Andrew Gaff is obviously an elite runner. So if you can swing him into the game halfway through the third quarter, that is an advantage to your team and a disadvantage to the opposition if they can't do the same thing.
Yep. Again, they won't be able to change the rule within the season. That can't be done, but they, I reckon, could provide some clarity around it publicly before it gets away even further than it has. But I just want to take this one through to you. Erin Phillips, look, it was well known that she was going to be, once Port Adelaide came into the competition, having an association with that club where Greg, her famous father, did as well. Even though we knew that, when the news was released publicly during the week, it was still big, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was massive. Massive in Adelaide. She's going to wear Greg's number 22 as well, where he played, I think, 300 games for Port Adelaide. 8 premierships. Yeah. Eight premierships. Can you believe that? It was a very successful era. But they're a Port Adelaide family through and through. So everyone sort of knew, like you said, knew she was going to do it. But when she actually pulled the trigger, it was like, oh, wow, when she put the Guernsey on, she looks a bit different now. But no, she's a star, superstar, and deserves the right.
I love the fact that it created so much news for the women's game.
Yeah.
I mean, it really did. It was on all the news services. It was on radio, and I thought that was fantastic. Just goes to show you the standing that she has in the game.
Spot on. Born and bred down there at Port Adelaide, no doubt.
Used to go and watch when she was a little girl.
It's a great See, Nathan Buckley put that photo up when they won the premiership, and there's this little girl at the front of the team, and that's her.
Okay, yeah.
But I loved Adelaide Crows, the press release they released, saying great, proud, champion, all that, and Erin has gone to a expansion club. Could not mention Port Adelaide, sent to another expansion club.
She's got as good a sporting story as an Australian's ever had,
given
it takes in the American component with the highest levels of basketball. Duck, Paddy McCartan, we saw it play out last week. John Longmire had his views on the broadcasting of the moments inside the room. I'm not as strong as John was on it. I can get where he's coming from, but let's move on now. This isn't just a decision for Paddy McCartan, unfortunately, and even the Sydney Swans medico. It's actually a bigger, wider conversation given the history of him and concussion, and obviously the need to miss at least 1 week as a bare minimum, but I would expect a few more, or a couple more to be added to.
And you said that during the week. So do you have a problem with the vision being shown?
No.
I mean, it's shown every week.
I can see what John Longmire did.
Is it because it's Paddy McCartan? If anyone else, it's okay.
But it was also who had the Ollie Wines at half time.
Yeah,
and there was
Hayden Crozier.
So Jim? What is your network? Obviously, you think it's okay, but what are your thoughts?
Oh, there's sometimes when you've got to be sensitive to what's going on, no doubt about that. If it's, there was, I'm trying to think, I reckon it was the Brisbane coach, Chrissy Fagan, a while ago, Damo, who blew up because he blew up at his players in the room at half-time and that got shown. Yeah. You couldn't hear the audio, but you could see that he was ripping into him. And so I think there are times when privacy is important within the dressing room of a footy team, no doubt about that.
But I think, to answer your question, Damo, I do think they'll be conservative.
Yeah, and they need to be given the wider conversation around it all.
All right, we need to get to a break. Purple.
Before we go, Jim, just got to get to Jared Timms from Ned's, our good friend Timsy. You there, Timsy?
I certainly am, guys. How are we all this week?
Very good, mate. Can you give us an update, the head-to-head and line markets, please?
Well, you wouldn't know that Fremantle are sitting second on the ladder with these head-to-head prices. They've been almost friendless today here at Ned's. $4 about them now. Geelong, very popular targets at home, as they usually are. $1.25, and the bookies are up with a line of 23.5.
And the two big cat forwards, 1 and 2 in the Coleman medal race. Who's leading the odds for first goal today?
It's always the two of them up the top of our market here at Ned's. It's simply a case of which one the punters want. And so far, they actually cannot split them this week. They're tied $7 favourites, Jeremy Cameron and Tom Hawkins. Has been a little bit of interest for Lockie Schultz for Freo as well, though, at $9. He leads Tyson Stengel, $9.50.
Hey, Timsy, what about some other value? Maybe a same-game multi?
Absolutely love a Saturday afternoon same-game multi. I'm going to load up today with Geelong to cover the line. I think Tom Hawkins is going to boot the first for us this afternoon. I'm also going to pick Isaac Smith to score 90-plus fantasy points today. For those three, $17.39.
All right, Timsy, we appreciate that. Thank you from Ned's. Before we go to the break, I want to say quickly, we were just talking about Aaron Phillips' famous dad, Bernard.
Yep.
Shout out to a man who was in the inaugural Adelaide Triple M football team, the great John Jack Cale.
Yes.
4 times a premiership player for Port Adelaide in the Sandful. 10 times a premiership coach. 14 premierships.
Come on.
And one of the great men, Jack, he's an absolute beauty. Got a real twinkle in his eye, Fat, don't worry. He knew what was around him, Jackie boy, and he'll be listening. Very, very good man, Jack Cale. Hello to you. Nuff coming up next. And get ready for that with Bernie Vince, the must-listen-to segment on the Saturday Rub. For McDonald's, for Hard Yakka, and for Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
The Triple M Footy Saturday Rub for Hard Yakka, for a new breed of legends.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
Triple M's tickets or crickets. It's like Wheel of Fortune, but with less copyright infringements. Just in case anyone asks.
2 tickets to see Liam Gallagher, Mick.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Do you want to spin again for something else?
No, I'll take the tickets. Thank you.
Get the second chance code word 7:30 and 8:30 weekdays with Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show. And listen all day to spin the wheel. Tickets or crickets on 105.1 Triple M.
Ned's early payout is on the AFL. Place a head-to-head bet on any game this round, and if your team is up by 20 points or more at half-time, you win. Take the AFL to the Ned's level. First $250 staked. T's and C's apply. Visit the website for details. Gamble responsibly.
Tradies. Beacon Trade's got your back. With over 120 stores, expert trade teams, and the best electrical products and services, making your job easier every day. Beacon Trade. Let's make light work.
What's your health worth to you? If you're working around the clock, then your health must come first. Nature Bee Power Pollen can help support your immune defences when you're burning the candle at both ends. The secret to Nature Bee is the process of potentiation. It means it's much easier for the body to digest, which means all those micronutrients are absorbed straight into your body. Try Power Pollen today from just $33 a month at naturebee.com.au and get 10% off your first order. That's naturebee.com.au.
Tools! Sitting Tools! Sitting Tools automatic sale is on now! Up to 59% off a huge range of automatic tools, cordless tools, air compressors, socket sets, spatters and much more! Save $50 on a Schumacher 15 air Jumpstarter, only $129. Unimig MIG welder kit with a helmet, just $339. Daytona 1.5 ton heavy duty jack stand, $44. Sydney Tools, best prices guaranteed. Shop in store online at sydneytools.com.au.
Next time you're at the shops, take a second to spare, because there are people in our community who need a little extra care. Those who live week to week, pay by pay, miss out when the shelves are bare because it was their only shopping day. All we ask is you buy what you need. Don't buy into the fear, as the vulnerable miss out across the country, far and near. A message from foodbank.org.au, where every dollar donated is 2 meals created.
Hi, Gordon Tallis here. Apricity Finance powers business growth. Remove the stress of waiting for big customers to pay their bills. Our facility is available to businesses providing goods or services to high credit customers, giving you the flexibility to choose to have your invoices paid faster. In fact, Apricity finances up to 95% of approved invoices up front, resulting in better cash flow. Call 1300 277 424 or visit apricityfinance.com now. Terms and conditions apply.
Melbourne's Triple M, the home of the Marty Sheargold Show. Live weekday mornings from 6.
Hi there, David Dolan here with your news briefing. Anthony Albanese has declared he wants to be the Prime Minister for the whole of Australia, while taking a swipe at Scott Morrison for working with Clive Palmer. The opposition leader is in WA at the moment, ahead of the party's official campaign launch tomorrow. He says the coalition had a choice.
The Liberal Party, of course, have done a preference deal with Clive Palmer. The fact is, I want to work with premiers across the country, whether it be Mark McGowan here in Western Australia or Dominic Perrottet in New South Wales.
A major search is underway off the coast of Townsville for a missing fisherman whose tinny capsized. The alarm was raised this morning when a fishing trawler spotted a man calling for help. He was rescued and treated for exposure. However, there's no sign of his 41-year-old mate. Aussie Olympic boss John Coates has retired today from the role after 32 years. He'll remain an IOC member and vice president until the Paris Games in 2024.
It is our independent pursuit of Olympic ideals which makes it possible for us to do what we do so well, to help Australians chase their dreams. Today, with a full heart, I thank you for giving me the chance to live mine. Thank you.
And a once-in-a-thousand-year treat for stargazers if you're up early tomorrow morning. Saturn, Mars, Venus and Jupiter will all be visible from Earth, appearing to be in a straight line.
Need some space? Well, right now at 40 Winks, you can get any size mattress for the price of a single. Hurry, limited time only. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 40 Winks, serious about sleep.
Remaining fine down to 11 degrees in Melbourne tonight, partly cloudy tomorrow and a top of 20, and looking overcast for Monday. Our listener app is the new home of Triple M. Join up to listen live or on demand now.
Marine Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.
Oh boy.
Clean belly, bill of health. Enough nut.
Yeah, that's how we living and you know.
Empty to the end of the eye. I eat grass and a moo all day. I'm a cow moo. That's what you call enough nuff.
Break it down.
And without any further to do, I'm going to get straight into it. Because Bill just told me what it meant. And what does it mean again, Bill?
It means welcome.
Welcome, yeah, okay.
Let's get on with it,
You've got no idea. Right, we're under a bit of a time constraint here, so I'm going to get straight into it. Rossi Lyon, now, he is a regular in this segment, and, well, he didn't let us down on the weekend. He's trying to say UDL, and this is what it comes out.
Telling you, the load's too much for Simpkin and UDI to deliver it. So just share the load a little bit more. What did I...
UDI.
What's his name?
LDU.
If he gets a brand, I'll get it right.
There's a few different combinations.
What's
that could
his
have
name?
been UDL.
No, what
Luke
is it?
Davies Uniate.
Well done.
LD. Oh, what do you think? I didn't know that? Or
well,
no?
yes, I did.
Yeah.
I think you didn't know it.
Hey, while we're on Ross, this was the Cats versus North Melbourne game, remember? And, well, he knew all about it. This is sort of stepping on duck territory, this.
So a beautiful day, 64-point margin. What have you made of it so far, Ross?
Well, the Hawks.
the Hawks weren't playing. Cats versus North Melbourne. And Duck, I don't like you standing up because you're above me and you're very close. Normally a bit further away, but he all loved the pirate joke with the chest. And well, he's been going back to the well a lot. I've heard it a lot. No. And don't worry, he gets around himself every time. Listen.
They're excited.
They're pre-possessed. Good on them.
Not one hair on a chest amongst 10 of them.
Might be some pirates down in Tassie.
Why is that, Duck?
I reckon he's stolen their chests.
Oh, Duck.
That's not the first time you've recycled it either. We don't want to hear it again.
Different audience. Different situation.
One thing you are all over, though, is when players are drafted and what years they're drafted, because you're all over it last week.
Were they the same draft?
Who's that? Frampton and Ugelhagen. Don't know.
Frampton, he got drafted to Port Adelaide originally, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Well before.
Pick 84 in the 2014 AFL draft.
And Ugelhagen?
2020, pick 1.
So only 6 years apart.
I'll give you 1 or 2 years apart, but 6 Duck.
Oh, well, I hung myself.
And while we're at it, well, you went down the same path as a few others have. BT back there. Ewan or Ethan, here we go.
Is Laird running with Smith? Can you have a look, Ewan?
Duck, absolutely intrigued by this game at the moment, which is good.
So it's only taken 3.5 minutes for Ethan to be Ewan. By Duck.
Why's he going with that? Why do people go with that?
Red Z Landing Stats, that's 2 members of this commentary box who've called me Ewan on air.
I worked out why.
Why is it?
They both start with an E and end with an N.
Jesus. Special comments from Duck.
Brian didn't pick it up, by the way. He was calling.
No, I
He didn't know, did he? And we all thought Buddy's 9-year deal a few years ago, 9 years ago, was a big deal. Well, this trumps this by a mile.
Collingwood's hierarchy has warned Jordan that it won't be breaking the bank this time around as it considers how to structure a deal for the latest free agent, who of course could be up for potentially $5 million and 5 million years at another club.
That's Jordan DeCoey, 5 million years.
Did you tape that off the telly?
I did tape that. It was taped off the telly, sent to me. I forwarded it to Todd back there, and he didn't. He just put it up as I taped it. But hey, we all have our troubles in this box, and well, I've got to start with myself. Last week, little Macomb. I thought it was a tough one to say, but it wasn't.
How do you say that one, Ethan? Macomb? I'm going to go with Macomb, I think. Macomb, yeah. Well, he won't remember his first kick in footy.
Pretty straightforward, Bernie.
Called Macomb.
Macomb. M-C-C-O-M-B.
Clarification there, Bananas.
I love how everyone just gets around you and helps you out. You know, it doesn't hang you out to dry. Hey, and need to move on to the big juke. Alec Waterman, member, plays for Essendon. Bill.
Yes.
Well, he got him mixed up with, well, someone famous.
Baldwin came out. He's had a great afternoon, Alec Baldwin.
He had a great afternoon, all right. Hey, and now, Jim, you don't feature here too much, but when you say something, I've got to bring it up. And well, Richard Telly, he wasn't playing for Adelaide last week.
Gone, Liberatore, surely. Lucky to get away with it. Richard's got rid of Richard Telly. Or Rochelle even.
Telly obviously played for Brisbane and the Gold Coast.
Get that right, Jim.
Yeah, get it right. Now, where's BT? BT, he is in here. But he got Bailey Smith mixed up with a ex-Western Bulldogs player.
Treloar looking for the give and go. That's okay, though, according to the boys. Not okay for Rowan Smith. Anyway, picked up there.
And then also on Channel 7, when Jack Ginnivan kicked his 4th goal, well, BT got really excited.
Oh, no.
When he kicks his 4th, he immediately says, come, come, come. Come from all directions to me.
I don't know what that means, but I think that means get around him.
Get around him.
And Bill, you were talking, now you've been on radio a while now. You can't drop the F-bomb as a reaction. Yes, you did. Listen.
Port Fairy.
Yeah, sure.
Where my mate Troy is the head greenskeeper down there. He's got 2 other staff.
That's it.
3 of them.
I like after it when you go, I mean, what do you mean instead of that word?
Oh, well, I was surprised. I only had 2 staff, and Jim was pumping it up, and I don't know, it just slipped out.
Yes, Jim.
It's the cleanest F-bomb I've heard on a radio show ever. It just came straight out with nothing else around it.
And then I like I don't know what I mean.
Then we had to reset. Had to wait 6 seconds and reset or something.
We did. We had to dump.
Bill, we had, a mixture of your words you can't get right last week. We found another one this week.
What did you say? The what are they called?
Don't say anything, Dick.
No, the galliators.
Are you trying to say alligators?
No,
gladiators. Gladiators.
Gladiators.
It's not that hard to say.
No. So it's easy. Gladiators.
Why couldn't you get it out?
Well, I was under pressure.
You're always under pressure.
Galliators.
Galliators. You only just got that. Is he on Perth time?
Hasn't been listening.
He just.
Mate, I'm on 5 second delay over here.
Welcome, Duck. Enough for the week, host.
Enough of the week.
Enough of the week this week goes to Brownie for a couple of reasons. This is the first reason. We all know it's Triple M Rocks footy, but he got a bit confused.
If the McDonald's Marine Hot Water, Triple M Rocks 50.
50 Cent. You like this one, Bill?
Yeah, good.
On the dance floor? Yeah. Oh, stop dancing. Stop. And do your buttons up. Do your buttons up. Have a look at the rug under there. Do some work with that.
How do you get rid of the hair? What do you use, Doug?
Cream.
Yeah.
And Brownie. But this is why he's enough for the week. Because, he thought the development of the young players at Adelaide was, he was all over it.
Tex, the development across the board, I think, this year for your players has been good. You're not relying on one player to get 40 or one player to kick 8. I mean, guys like Schoenberg, Scholl, they keep stepping up. Obviously, Himmelberg in the forward half. So you're getting performances from pretty much everybody without anybody being amazingly outstanding.
Yeah, Scholl was pretty good on the weekend, wasn't he, Brownie?
He certainly was. Yeah, I like the way he's sharp, kicked a couple, uses the ball well.
He didn't play.
Oh, sorry, mate. I'm looking back at the Port game.
Come on, Nate.
And he said, look sharp. He kicked a couple.
I love the way Tex just set him up beautifully there.
He played well. Nate come back.
Where were the stats and all?
Yeah, looking sharp. Oh, sorry, wrong game. That's enough for the week, Jim.
Well done.
I like it. Very well done, Bernard. Perfect little rendition. We're getting to a break and we need to straighten up because Justin Longmuir is going to join us next. He is, of course, the coach of the Fremantle Dockers, who are going beautifully but have a massive challenge down in Geelong today. For Hard Yakka, this is the Triple M Saturday Rub. Hard Yakka for a new breed of Aussie legends just like me. Look good and tough. And also McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy.
The Triple M Footy Preview. Now you can stream the footy wherever you go. Download the Listener app and select Triple M.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M Rocks footy.
Triple M is your home of the Marty Sheargold Show.
What'd you choke on?
Calamari when I was a kid.
Calamari's lethal, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going blue, so Mum threw me on the ground and just ripped it out my throat.
She just put the fingers down the throat and just pulled it out like a full calamari ring.
Yeah, or probably half, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, well, size isn't important.
The Marty Sheargold Show. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's 105.1 Triple M.
This Mother's Day, spoil your mum with a fragrance from Chemist Warehouse.
There's value, and then there's value. Like getting 1 month free health insurance when you join GMHBA on combined cover by June 30. GMHBA. Healthier together. Terms and conditions apply. Visit gmhba.com.au for details.
Make Mum's Day this Mother's Day and do movies her way with a Hoyt's gift card. Whether she's into big screen action and popcorn or an evening of romance and champagne, let Mum decide how she gets spoiled with a Hoyt's gift card. Get yours in cinema or online at the Hoyt's gift store.
Ultimate Wood Heaters and Illusion Gas Log Fires Red Hot Fire Sale. We're on fire with Australian-made wood heaters from $7.99. Gas Log Fires from a smoking $19.99. Ultimate and Illusion, Dandenong, Epping and North Geelong. illusionfires.com.au.
For your chance to win up to 15 grand towards your landscaping, visit colorbond.com/winbig. You'll also find leading builders like Kingsbridge Homes offering a Colorbond steel roof as a no-cost upgrade on their stunning Silverstone 29 home. Enter now at colorbond.com/winbig. Colorbond Steel, made for Australia, loved in Victoria, trusted by Kingsbridge Homes. Conditions apply. See website. Vic residents 18+ and 310822.
The Listener app is the new home of Triple M footy. And you'll find every Triple M call of every AFL game.
atmosphere here tonight.
everywhere.
We're at the Triple MCG. Party time at the Gabba. Game on and off the stadium.
No matter where you are, stream the Triple M Footy Call live. Download the Listener app now. Sign up, choose a team, and you won't miss a game of the AFL season.
Listener.
Okay, on 3, tell me something you love and I'll do the same.
All right, ready? 1,
2,
3.
You.
The CommBank app.
What?
Because like savings on broadband and all the shopping deals and money plan to, help reach your savings goals.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
There's more to love in the CommBank app. Search CommBank Everyday Account. Conditions apply. Consider if appropriate.
You know O'Brien for glass. But did you know O'Brien can help you find a local electrician or plumber too? Sometimes things just don't go to plan. It could be a leaking tap, an electrical fault. Whether it's an emergency, maintenance, or an upgrade for your home or business, then O'Brien Electrical and Plumbing experts are ready to help. There are locations right across Melbourne. So go to o'brien.com.au to find your nearest expert.
My Macca's Rewards has arrived. Earn points with every Macca's run to redeem on more of your favourites, your mates' usuals, or family go-tos. Download the My Macca's app and start earning today. Value means more at Macca's. T's and C's apply. See our website for details.
Marine Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.
Saturday afternoon, GMHBA Stadium for the Dockers and the Cats. Second on the ladder are Fremantle, going absolutely superbly. And they've got a very good young coach in Justin Longmuir, who's been good enough to give us some time today. JZ Clark is over there getting ready to introduce him. Welcome to you both.
Thank you, JB. Great to be joined by Justin Longmuir, senior coach of the Fremantle Football Club. It must be said, have one of the best defensive records in the competition this year. No other team scored more than 65 points since round 2. So they've been flying at the back end. They come up against Jeremy Cameron, though, coming off 7. And Tom Hawkins, Justin, they are one of the best attacking setups in the competition. How are you going to stop them today?
Yeah, I think a lot gets made of those two key forwards, but we've got to make sure we play a really strong team defence and we get off and support the key backs when we can. Our good defensive record hasn't come from our backs holding up. It's come from 18 players contributing to defending the ground. So we need to do the same today.
Really tough to win here for opposition teams. So you came in Thursday, had a light run Friday, yesterday, and play today. It's a blustery breeze, maybe going to the southern end of the ground. How do you want to play Cardinia Park today?
Yeah, we've probably touched on a little bit of our work at the Adelaide Oval. We've played there this year and we feel like we can defend the ground really well. And if any team can perform when it's windy, it's us. It never stops blowing in Perth, so we're well and truly used to these conditions. It should hold up pretty well in them.
I just want to compare West Coast and yourselves, because last night we've seen COVID just rip through their footy club. Obviously, being in the same city, have you had to have stricter protocols on your players to avoid the impact?
Yeah, we have. Peter Bell's been like a bit of a dictator with our COVID protocols, but it's held us in really good stead. We've introduced a lot of different things, and it's really around risk mitigation and reporting. So, we try and keep players out if they've got a runny nose and sniffles and those sorts of things, because that can sometimes show up before they test on a positive on a rat. And there's 100 different things we put into place, including not having full team meetings and mask wearing and all those sorts of things. And hopefully we can just get it in dribs and drabs like we have so far this year.
Lloyd Meek needing to replace Sean Darcy today, Justin. What have you asked him to do? I know that sounds a simple question, but it's a big role that he's got today.
Yeah, it is, and he's up for it. He's played some really good AFL footy for us across the last couple of years. Probably get him to play a little bit more defensively, especially on Stanley, than what Sean would do. Sean would probably try and test him back the other way and get forward a little bit more and swap with the lobby a little bit more and play a little bit more forward time. But Meekie's probably not quite there yet with his forward craft, so we'll just get him to play mainly ruck and mainly a little bit more defensive on Stanley, who can slide forward a lot and hit the scoreboard. So, he's going to be have to be up on his game today. But, like I said, he's played some really good AFL footy and we're confident in him.
Justin, do you have a chat to Jordan Clark back home? Obviously, not home, sorry. He was in Geelong for a couple of years. Do you have a little chat to him? and he's been playing some good footy. He'd be happy with the way he's going, actually.
Yeah, he's fitted in really well to our footy club, fitted in really well to our core young group. I got to him early in the week, Billy, and asked him whether Dangerfield was playing. He got back to me and said, yeah, he's definitely in. So I put a line through his mail after that one.
Yeah, good. Hey, and where are your supporters here? Where do they sit? I'm just trying to find them here. Juzzy?
Oh, you tuck them away in this little pocket near our dugout, mate.
Oh,
in the open, no roof over them.
I know. Look at the poor bastard.
Bill, come on. hey, Justin, I love the fact that you backed in Sonny Walters. I thought he really backed you up by delivering last week. And I know his defensive stuff has been really good, but I thought that went to a whole new level. And then he got on the end.
Yeah, you're right. And sometimes players, really show faith in the coach as much as we have to show faith in them sometimes and back us in after we back them in. I don't think he was in bad form when he was missing the scoreboard and missing the opportunities he was creating. But I've been really impressed with his contest. I've been really impressed with the way he's chasing and buying into our defensive system. And he'll keep creating opportunities. And last week, he was lucky enough to take a few of those opportunities, which really finished off his game really well.
Jim, here comes the band going right past Justin as we speak right now.
He's jumped on a trombone.
I have had to do on-ground work when they've come past that band, and it's annoying. Let's put it that way.
Just ask, why do they have that band?
Yeah, no one knows, Duck. Hey, Justin, we still got you?
He's got to go, I think.
He's on? He's gone?
Yep. Still here.
The band has abandoned our interview with. Are you still there, Justin?
Yeah, still got you, lads.
Oh, sorry, mate, we lost you there for a sec. Really liked over the last 2 years what you've done with your young midfield group. The Andy Brayshaws, obviously, but now the Sarongs and the Brodies have gone through there, and you've really invested a lot of time in getting that game time and that part of the ground into them. Begs the question, the great Nathan Fyfe not far away from returning. Firstly, how far away is he, and will he go straight back in there when he comes back?
Yeah, you're right. And I had a good chat to Fyfe during the week, and he reinforced that he's happy to play anywhere on the ground. And I think he's really excited to get back in and help the team go forward. So, yeah, we might look at splitting his role. We might. I think initially over the pre-season we'd wanted to play in more midfield, but as you said, our midfield's really going well at the moment. We've got a good balance in there, so he's really invested in helping the team wherever he can. So whether that means playing a little bit more forward, we'll look at that. But a lot can happen in 4 or 5 weeks, so we'll weigh that up a bit closer to his return.
Hey, thanks very much for your time. Good luck today.
Good on you.
Good on you, guys.
Just along me, really like him, Purple. Have done for a long time. He's
and even just how relaxed he is, Jim, isn't he? I mean, it's the game is going to start in less than 20 minutes now, and he's out here taking us through some in-depth stuff. Just what he said about Lloyd Meek's role, how it's going to be different to what Sean Darcy would have done.
Yeah, it was. And I'm glad he finally said that Fyfe is happy to play, because there's been a lot of conjecture about Fyfe not being happy.
Yep.
If he's saying he's coming back. That's the coach right there. And I love the fact that the captain's gone to the coach and said, there's a bit of talk around this. I'll play wherever you need me to play for this team. Yep. I think that was great.
It's a bit in that too, Damo, the calmness that he brings, I reckon, to a young group too. And in a big game away where, they've got not a great record here, apart from that one final here. But I just think he brings a nice calmness to the group in tough situations.
And I think deep down,
what's Brian going with at the back there? Headset off. What's he going with, Bristol?
Oh, he reckons he's a sook. Fyfe. Brian.
Go and play somewhere else.
Brian's ready to go. Brian's ready to go here, Jim. He's just warming up out the back here. Beautiful day here at Geelong, by the way. Nice southerly coming through.
It's freezing. It's terrible. Cold.
It's going to rain again.
And
there's rain in the distance.
Brian's ready to go. He's done a couple of lunches and breakfasts already down here in Geelong.
You're on a rain belt.
Bill,
rain belt.
It's not a good day, and it's not a good place. So
Jim, you just stay over in Perth.
I'll tell you what we do is have 2 elite callers to look after this one. Not only Brian, thank you, Brian, but we've also got the people's caller, Barry Denner, ready to go.
There he is.
Don't worry. So that's how well looked after.
Today, Brian. You're working with Barry. That's Barry. Introduce yourself. Barry, Brian, Barry.
Come on, Bill.
Bill, we've had enough of you. You can go to the pivots. Wherever you're going.
Brian doesn't know who Barry is. It's a bit awkward, Jim, here.
Well done, Purple. Good work done by you always. Bernard and Duck, enjoy what's going to be a cracking game of footy, and Bill, bugger off. For Hard Yakka, this has been the Triple M Saturday Rub. Big preview with BT coming up next. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
The Triple M Footy Preview. Now you can stream the footy wherever you go. Download the Listener app and select Triple M.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Every team needs a good coach.
The more you have invested, the less you are to surrender.
Sometimes a good coach needs brutal honesty.
Some blokes are quick, but they can't play.
And in Ross Lyon, Triple M Sunday Rub has one of the best.
What does that say about the comp? Someone kicks 3 goals in a game as a key forward. I was playing the comp.
Join the Temper Mattress call team tomorrow from 1 for the Doggies and Bombers. For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy.
Listen up, Kogan Mobile have an awesome offer for you to make the switch to Kogan Mobile today.
Kogan Mobile's small 365-day plan now costs just $99 for 12 months with a monster 100 gig of data.
That's 365 days of Kogan Mobile for just $99. That's under $9 a month.
Kogan Mobile's 365-day plan. It's worth making the switch and is very good on the pocket.
Make the switch today and visit at koganmobile.com.au/radio. Terms and conditions apply.
Want a smartphone for a very smart price? One that accelerates your multitasking with the power of Google already built in? Get the new TCL 20R 5G from Vodafone today for only $2 a month when you stay connected to any eligible plan over 36 months. Head in store or call us on 1300 100 515 to connect to Vodafone today. Offer available until withdrawn. Plan costs additional. Total minimum cost $332.49. Phone RRP $252. TNCs apply.
Dan Murphy's Mother's Day catalogue is out now. Shop unbeatable catalogue offers in store or on the Dan Murphy's app today. But hurry, offers end Wednesday. Choose to drink wise. Conditions apply.
At Total Tools, we won't be beaten on low prices. Our Save Time, Save Money promo is on now. Work quieter with the low noise Iron Air Super Quiet Direct Drive Compressor for just $479. Save $50. Beat that! Our low prices on some of the world's biggest tool brands will not be beaten. We can't be beaten. Total Tools, low prices on every tool for every trade. Guaranteed.
Month after month of renovations, fistful after fistful of your hard-earned. That's what it took to get your dream home just right. 7.4 seconds? Approximately how long it took for the kids to start wrecking the place once you moved in. Fix imperfections instantly with Earl's Wax Sticks from Timbermate Group. Wax touch-up crayons perfect for quick repairs to scratched or damaged timber, laminate and melamine, with colours to suit any finish. Earl's Wax Sticks Wax Touch-up Crayons, available at Bunnings Warehouse and leading hardware stores.
It's value the Australian way at Coles with great fresh specials this week. Like juicy Royal Gala apples, 100% Aussie and just $2.50 a kilo. This week at Coles. Offer ends Thursday.
Melbourne's Triple M, the home of the Marty Sheargold Show. Live weekday mornings from 6.
Hello, David Dolan here with your news briefing. Millions of people could save $10 on medications listed on the PBS if the coalition wins the election. That's what the Prime Minister is promising today, just 3 weeks before we go to the polls. Scott Morrison admitting while some things are out of his control, this one isn't.
You can't control the war in Europe. You can't control natural disasters. You can't control whether there's a pandemic or not. All of these things impacting on the prices Australians are paying every day. But what you can do is what we're doing.
While Labor wants to make sure something like the failed robo-debt program never happens again, promising a royal commission into the issue. The government rolled out the scheme in 2015, although it wrongly accused many welfare recipients of owing money. Bill Shorten says it caused grief for a lot of families.
People weren't able to get jobs, where they had the stigma of debts. Some people just paid up as soon as the government issued them a debt, never questioning, in fact, whether the government had the legal authority or the evidence to raise the debt.
New Victorian paramedics are being sent out onto the road ASAP to help deal with the sky-high ambulance demand. 700 of them were recruited last year. That's the most on record in a year for Ambulance Victoria. And dogs and cats could soon be allowed on planes with their owners after airlines were granted permission. Qantas and Jetstar have already said no, though, ruling they must stay in the cargo area, while Virgin is reviewing its policy.
Make it look easy with Sportsbet's Same Race Multi. Combine multiple runners in the same race for bigger odds. Same Race Multi from Sportsbet. Conditions apply. Gamble responsibly.
Remaining fine down to 11 degrees in Melbourne tonight, partly cloudy tomorrow and a top of 20, and looking overcast for Monday. Our listener app is the new home of Triple M. Join up to listen live or on demand now.
For the hottest of hot butter you've ever seen. Ream comes on steady, hot and strong. It just keeps on and on. Install a Ream. Install a Ream. Install a Ream. Install a Ream.
Ask your plumber for Ream, Australia's #1.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M.
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams and a huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks football. We're into the stuff that matters, and that is the game. It is Geelong taking on the Fremantle Dockers here at Simmons Stadium today. Looking forward to a big game. Barry Denner, my co-commentator, is here today in the absence of JB, who just couldn't be bothered jumping on a plane and coming back. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care. He
not
just
that hard.
wanders off around the nation and just takes days off at will.
How are you here? You've been Perth last night. You're here in Geelong
sleep,
now.
then zip down the highway.
So it's possible.
I barely got here.
Did you drive?
It's possible with an hour to spare.
Yeah.
And that's what I've had. And I had a little coffee just to up me. Baz, welcome to you, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. We're very excited to be here. Exciting times for the Dockers. Let's see how they go at the Cattery.
Bernie and, of course, Duck are also with us. Gentlemen, good afternoon. You're looking forward. I haven't seen the Dockers, so I'm looking forward to see what they look like.
Well, I tell you what, I've got a couple of really close Cat supporters, Beggs and Adelaide and a few of these guys, and they are a bit nervous. That's how well Fremantle are going. Now,
why are they going well? They look on paper.
Well, I tell you what, they're even, BT. They've got all the attributes at both ends of the ground. The one area that you'd like to be a little bit stronger, and that's why they're in a little bit of. I think that's why Geelong, you expect to win just because of their outs.
So do we find out...
Taberner and also the big fella.
Do we find out today whether they are a genuine top six contender? Does it hinge that way?
I don't think, if they get beat by Geelong, I don't think they lose anyone. Geelong don't get beaten down here too often. So as long as they're competitive, they keep doing what they're doing. Like I said, they've got a couple out that you would like to be in there today against this Geelong outfit at home. But I expect them to be really competitive.
But if they win, they make a big statement.
100% they do.
Because it's the knock. Not that there's a knock, because they're just doing what they have to do at the moment. But they've beaten Carlton, probably, is the only team you'd say that may play finals this year.
They had St Kilda on toast
and lost that one.
Time,
they lost, though. They beat Adelaide by a point. They've beaten West Coast, the Giants, Essendon, all not going too well. So this is a big test, I reckon, for the Fremantle Footy Club. Yes, if they lose and go down to Geelong, not the end of the world. But if they can win here, with Taberner out, Darcy out, that makes a big statement, I reckon, to the top eight.
And also welcoming to the back to the A team, of course. We had a guy, Ewan, I think he's Ethan. I think his name was. He's gone with it. He's done the stats, and when Ethan's on, it's a little bit about, Ethan. When Ash is on, he just makes us all look good, Ash. Welcome to you.
Thanks, BT.
Red Z Lender.
Feeling the love for the first time in 20 years.
Hang on. I'm dreaming.
Hang on. This is coming from a guy that, as he was coming from Perth along the highway, put the call into Will and said, "You make sure he's in the back row."
He does like to sit down the front.
Because he had all the technology set up on the front row, and I just whispered to Will and said, "Mate, it's just back row for us." Let's face it, we'd have Heath sitting down.
He gives him a little pat.
I know exactly where I stand with BT. That's for sure from day one.
Have you got something for us, Ash?
I have BT. Freo, they've only won 3 times from 18 matches at this very venue. The last time was back in 2015. 2016, but you look at their defence. Under Ross Lyon, between 2012 and 2015, they were number one in defence, only conceding 73 points per game. Well, this year, 6 rounds in at 62, which is a club record low. And Will Brodie, and he played 25 games in 5 seasons at the Suns BT. Currently, number 1 rated player at the Dockers, averaging 27.
Be good if you could come up with something interesting, Ash. Let's get downstairs to Jay-Z for Bob Jane T-March. Jay-Z, good afternoon and welcome to you.
Yes, thank you, Brian. Great to be here. Look, it's blustery down here at ground level, and if anything, favouring probably that southern side right to your radio dial. So that's where the team kicking that way could get the early advantage. Just check the rain radar. Pretty clear at the moment, and only a maximum of 2 millimetres of rain forecast. So hopefully we don't get too wet down here if there is a passing shower. As you said before, should be a super game, and Fremantle's defensive record really stacking up against some of the best teams of the competition. Jeremy Cameron and Tom Hawkins really going to test that today. The 2 substitutes for the sides, Bailey Banfield for Fremantle and Luke Dalhouse, the sub for Geelong.
Jay-Z, do you get a little bit seduced down there, being a little cat supporter? Probably never got that close when you were a kid, when you used to come here and watch. And when you were just starting out your media work, they would have had you a few rows back, and now you're right next to the players.
Man, a few conversations on the way in, Dave. Not as many as you, it's fair to say. I did play Auskick out there one day, and it was an absolute highlight.
So this is your home territory around here, Jay-Z?
Yes, former hunting ground, BT. Love it down here. But you live not far from here. So
no, not far, but going well. Anything else for us?
No, that's it, Brian. As I said, looking forward to this one. Can Freo stack up? If they win this today, it is really a statement that they could be a top 4 team. So it's a huge challenge for them. But speaking to Justin Longmuir before, who probably only heard one of every 4 words that he was questioned, we had some technical problems, and he did an outstanding job answering your questions, given that he couldn't hear the bulk of them. But even he said it's a big test for the Dockers today, and they want to be up to it.
Jay-Z highlighting a technology issue.
Yes.
Rather than...
just
let
it go, and no one will know.
That interview's finished.
Don't forget at McDonald's. At McDonald's, is your footy team scoring big tonight? Well, now you can too with My Macca's Rewards. Just order on the My Macca's app and score 100 points for every dollar you spend to redeem more of the Maccas you love for free. So whether you're picking up a snack before the first bounce or shouting your mates a victory dinner, order via the My Macca's app and score points today. Value, Brian, means more at Macca's.
And by the way, Duck, I was listening on the drive down, very entertaining today, the rub, of course, but West Coast, the synergy and the chemistry is not quite there because of the in and out nature of what they've been able to do. But if you go right back to game 1, game 2, Adam Simpson has been trying to change the way they play. He wants them to go quicker, a little bit more direct up the middle and get on with it rather than the McGovern sort of Barras sort of hanging the ball around the back end. He just hasn't had his team on the park that they coached and trained that in the pre-season to happen. Yeah. They haven't been there.
And last night, we saw exactly that you said, not able to execute skills, basic fundamental skills. And we know that when Richmond put Richmond pressure on, then you sort of say, okay, well, you're under that, so you're allowed to make a mistake. But when they're just basic mistakes, that's when you get frustrated. And right now, that's what Simo has to put up with.
So the run ahead for Geelong, Fremantle here today, GWS, St Kilda, Port, Adelaide, Dogs up to the bye. It's quite a tough run, so we'll know a lot about them. They're currently 4-2 as we speak, and for the Fremantle Dockers, as has already been pointed out, 5-1. They have Geelong today, North, Gold Coast, Collingwood, Melbourne, Brisbane, Hawthorn. So we're going to know exactly where they are by the time they come to the bye.
And that's right. The one thing that you can say about Freo, and like I think Bernie pointed out, they haven't really played a really strong team yet other than St Kilda on form. So you say, okay, you beat who's put in front of you, but they've been consistent in all the facets despite who they've played. I reckon Geelong have had inconsistencies in the way. Now, they've played probably a couple of better teams, but they're up and down form, and I know they've had a couple of ins and outs, and, Danger's been out, Selwood missed, they rested him 1 week.
Cameron,
all that sort of... But this is a team that has been just so consistent for such a long period of time that those inconsistencies that we see creeping in put a little bit of doubt about where this team's at, whether they are a true contender still, Bernie.
Oh, I think they are. I think they certainly are. And down here, very hard to beat. So I think today, and I know we're here watching the Cats, it's their home ground. Today is, I feel, all about Freo, BT.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we'll learn a lot about this footy team and, who you play and all this sort of things.
I mean, we've all been looking at them from a distance. If off the top of your head, who are the 3 or 4 names that you are looking forward to seeing today because you've heard the fuss over them over the last few weeks?
Yeah, I've actually done a couple of Freo games. So obviously everyone talks about Andrew Brayshaw and how good he's been, and he has. He's been an absolute star.
Future captain, they say.
Yeah, probably the best midfielder in the competition.
Bit
if you look
small
at the
to
numbers.
be a captain, but
well, you have to be big to be a captain.
Well, you should be.
Big in stature.
You had Tony Shaw.
Look at him up on his tippy toes.
I was deputy vice.
So just a tall leadership group. Caleb Sarong is another player in really good form. Lockie Schultz has been kicking goals. Will Brodie's been an unbelievable pickup, a really underrated pickup coming from the Suns. So they're just some names you probably don't really or front of mind, but they're good players, Dave.
Just to follow up on that, BT, saying Brayshaw's a bit small to be a leader. Well, I think Peter Bell might have led Fremantle at one stage. So, and he's one of the bosses now, so he might
a small man.
He might like the small leaders.
And he's smaller than small. Pearce has been an interesting one. He's coming into the middle now. They're acting captain, of course, in the absence of Fife, and Joel Selwood there as well. So toss of the coin. By the way, the umpires today, there's been a change. Andrew Stevens is out. Matt Stevic, one of the best in the business, comes in. Lee Fisher and John Howarth, the 3 men operating in green.
So who's that? Who went for the toss there? Pearce and
that's Pearce.
Yeah. So Selwood, who is the most capped leader in games history against Pearce, is probably probably his first time.
He's a 6-footer.
So
tall,
yeah. Who won the toss, by the way?
We don't know. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
Well, it does down here because of the stadium, the grandstand missing, BT. The wind does make a big difference.
Well, the southerly's pushing down.
So it does matter, the toss.
Well, okay. Let's go down to Jay-Z. Jay-Z, you're the local. Does it matter?
Yes. Pearce did win the toss, and Fremantle will kick to the southern end. So it does look like they'll have the aid of a bit of a 1 or 2 goal breeze, but it is very blustery. So difficult conditions for the players today. Sunny at the moment, which is good. It's certainly an early win for Fremantle there.
And Barry Denner, you're filling in for JB today.
Yes.
I mean, you're normally our main man, but you get really pissed off with the fact that guys like JB let you down, and you've got to come and fill for them and make their position look good. And
it was known to me very early on, Brian, that I needed to be flexible. And, I'm sort of probably not at the level.
Are you JB's personal flexible man?
Sort of go-to, which I'm happy with that. That's good for me.
He misses a lot.
He does miss it, which helps me and my family, so it's good.
Just writing that down. Personable, flexible man.
Yes. We're ready to go here at Simmons Stadium, or GMHBA as it's probably referred to now, given that that's what it's called. So, beautiful day, light, fluffy southerly coming in. And here is the man to call the action in the absence of JB once again, Barry Denner, filling and plugging yet another hole.
Thank you, BT. For McDonald's and Remont Water, Triple M rocks footy as Big Stanley gets a tap straight down to Guthrie, and Cam Guthrie out of the centre. Kicks the Cats to centre half forward. Kicked off the ground by Aish of the Dockers out to the outside wing. So it's a bouncing footy, and the speedster in Collier gets there first. Hand pass off to Clark. Another one over to his teammate in Sarong, and he drops a drop punt forward to the wing out of side of the ground. Tracy goes up off his hands. It goes out of bounds, the first boundary throw-in of the afternoon.
Kolajasny there. His customary deep defence position. Boundary throw-in. A slinger it was. Meek able to get first use of the footy. Umpire lets it go. Pack of players around it. Guthrie on the bottom, and see Zach Guthrie was emergency again today. Is there anyone in the history of Geelong Football Club that gets is the fall guy more than Zach Guthrie? It's incredible, isn't it?
In and out a lot.
He is. Up and down, and here we go. Fremantle go inside 50. Good ball. Kolajasny dropped off. Went past the footy on that occasion. Did to Koning. Little one around the corner. Kick towards the boundary. Probably will dribble over, and Blitzarv certainly hoping that it does, as he was receiving pressure from Tracy. We'll have a boundary throw in deep in the attack here for the Fremantle Dockers, and that's at the players' stand or Barwon River end.
It certainly is. Right forward pocket, and it spins back in. Real high boundary throw in, so the ruckman have time to wrestle, and Blitzarv's little slap down to ground level. So we'll try to spin out of trouble. Hand pass went straight up in the air, and Mickey Walters grabbed it. A pile in on top of him, and he's going to be pinged.
I'll tell you what you notice straight away is there's no loose men.
No.
It's all one-on-one footy right at the moment.
Perfect. at half-back as the free.
And that's why he has to kick long.
He does, and it's a real mung, end over end, made it hard for Myers. Went and got the footy, did Aish, was immediately tackled, threw the handball away, and we're going to have a stack on. No, it spills out to Guthrie. Picked it up with just the one glove, got it out very, very wide, looking for and almost finding Stengel, who paddled it over the line in front of the interchange bench. And an impressive interchange bench set up it is here, Baz, at this magnificent stadium.
It is, plenty of room and a lovely little bit of architecture down there. Boundary throw-in. Spins back into the sun, which has peered through the clouds.
Architecture.
Duncan. Hand pass off to Isaac Smith, and he hand passes about 25 metres just inside forward 50. Close went at it. He was shoved off it by Ryan, and the footy went out of bounds 45 around for the Cats goal.
I don't know if I've had a better start to a goal than this. I've learned some words. And some...
BT managed, you can see the players'
yes,
jerseys.
That's exactly right.
I know you knew that.
Yes.
Is that what you meant, Baz?
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant.
Hawkins doing his customary forward end ruck work, out manoeuvres his man, but no success. Guthrie now piling in underneath, and he'll need to get rid of this. Might get pinged here. Schultz all over him and high, so it will go to Guthrie. Umpire Leah Fisher on the spot. Matt Stevic helps him out with the call. And now Guthrie goes deep. Cameron at the back here, a little high. It's got over the back and just gloved it, did Logan. Immediately out the other side of the ground go the Fremantle Dockers.
Driscoll, long kick out of the back pocket to Walters, and Blitzarves flies over the top of him, and a little bit of a shepherding free, and Blitzarves will take it halfway between wing and half forward, outer side of the ground. So he's got a player right in the centre, and it's Stewart, and Tommy Stewart stands alone. Delivery good about 35 metres into his arms. And he puts a drop punt just inside forward 50. Big leap from Stanley. Front and square was Cam Guthrie. Met with a tackle. Still on forward 50 Geelong. Close to the boundary line. Hand pass to Selwood. He's tackled out of bounds by Akers. And he sort of threw the footy at him.
Going on with it a bit there, Selwood. Threw the footy at him.
Been that for a while.
Very close to the other radio boxes. Just looking at the notes of the guy sitting next to me, and they're still talking about the toss. So just 5 minutes has expired in the game. Brayshaw, little handball comes out. Good tackle by Stengel. Dispossessing it was, and he wanted to go as well. But Akers was all over him as quick as a flash. So Stengel, 70 metres out from goal at the Geelong City end of the ground. The new grandstand end, the construction end. High ball, Cameron, Hawkins, Stanley at the back as well. Out the back door it comes. Cox got on the end of it, but the smothered by Close kept it in the forward 50 over the line.
The last two balls have gone that little bit longer.
Yep.
So both times players have misjudged it.
So that's the little southerly.
Yep.
Triple M Seabus Super special comments. The Duck and Burn Seabus Super is making hard work pay off. Boundary throw in. Forward pocket for the Cats. It's about 15 around from their goal. Dockers work hard. O'Driscoll punts it out to Ryan. Hand pass to Akers. He's met with a good side bump from Close. And the footy and him went out of bounds. In fact, the umpires are going to confer here. Might have been out in the full.
Looks that way.
Close is confident. He's gone back with the footy.
Yeah, this is going to be close.
The umpire's going to break his heart, is he?
Yep.
He is. So it's going to be a boundary throw in, still right forward pocket Cats.
Ducks attempted
Very
a bit
close
of humour there.
Yes, it was close.
5 minutes ticked over. Duck just going through the McDonald's menu.
Yeah, isn't he?
Hawkins, little knockdown. Cameron going past it was Myers. Cameron had another go. No one coming past. He went again. Little handball. Myers hanging in thereabouts. Umpire lets it go. Purple jumpers everywhere at the moment. Aish, really quick hands. Thumping tackle it was by Cameron, though. Dispossessing one. Holmes got the little handball out there. O'Connor was there, but Brayshaw picks it up, bangs it towards the wing, high footy, 2-on-2, Walters out the back almost. Boundary line beat him, we'll throw it in, centre wing, here at Doom HBA Stadium.
Plenty of heat on the footy at the moment, some big tackles around as we see in the Harvey Norman replay. Big tackle there from Jeremy Cameron. That's what you want to see from your tall forwards.
6 minutes in, as BT said, no score on the Beacon Trade scoreboard. Kick inside forward 50 from the clearance for the Cats, but Logue was standing alone and picked up the spillage, but his kick's gone straight back to Duncan of Geelong, who's marked about 65 metres out. Still a reasonably open forward line as he lopes up with a footy.
Duncan, short ball, Smith presents up, Mark. Now he's almost within range here on the run, but
he's got a mismatch with Blitzarves if he goes to the fat side.
60 metres out, puts it to the top of the square. I reckon if he looks at it, Hawkins marks. Good mark, but I tell you what, Smith would have gone the journey, no problems. But good result. Hawkins marks top of the goal square. He's directly in front 10 metres out.
And that mark was taken because he judged the flight of the footy better than anyone else.
Just watch the footy. That's our 7th inside 52.
It's coming on hot and strong at the Geelong end of the ground as Hawkins kicks the first goal of the game. One straight. Fremantle yet to score on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams, huge range of electrical products, services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
And I know this doesn't mean anything to do with the game, but that footy has gone straight into a puddle, a massive puddle with mud in it, and a worker's just got it out. So that footy will no longer be able to be used because it's a dry day.
What do you mean?
It went straight.
Watch it. There it goes.
It'll
He's
come back
handballed
and
it
they'll
over.
use it, Duck.
Well, why? When it's a dry weather day,
Let's-
it literally sat in a massive puddle in mud.
Surely the ball
Watch it.
boy's
There it
got
goes.
a
thrown it
handkerchief.
Will not be used, I can guarantee you.
He's thrown it back.
Surely he's got a hanky-chief. Look!
Oh, yeah. Oh, they're wiping it, Duck.
They're wiping it down.
Oh, yeah.
And he used it.
Yeah,
Gonna be used.
I wouldn't be using it.
Duck, they have a water deterrent agency over them these days that deters water, strangely enough.
Right.
Triple M Red Z, Cam Guthrie, past 2 games against the Dockers, has polled 6 Brownlow votes, averaging 33. He's already had 5 possessions and a couple of clearances.
Red Z lending loans for the self-employed with the 2-man this afternoon. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. Cats out of the centre. Long ball lands 20 from home. And Pearce puts his head over it for the Dockers and got a high tackle. And he'll get the free kick virtually at full back.
Struggling to exit the Dockers. That's the 8th inside 50 for the Cats. And Fremantle have only been conceding 11 per quarter this season, so already up to 8.
Short kick to Logue in the back pocket. He goes short to Brayshaw. They're still inside defensive 50. And Brayshaw just skips back with the footy. Oh, real low ball that just reaches Akers.
Oh, he's massaging it.
Massaging the ball.
He's giving it a real...
Yes.
He's got it in his lap.
Yes, he has.
Oh, it's going to drop short.
Oh, the kick's dropped short from Akers, and the mark's been taken by Cameron, and he turns his back, Duck, and he'll go back and have a shot.
Another example of the wind.
Yep.
So that just sat up. Cameron, well done to Cameron for one, having that defensive attitude and ran back, but then realised this is going to drop short, took an easy mark.
So he'll drop it onto his boot, about 50 out. So Cameron is in nice form at the moment. This is hooked and it won't make the distance. It'll land in the right forward pocket, and Pearce read it nicely in the right back pocket, and he's taken the mark. Bob Jane, too much, Jay-Z.
Joel Selwood's got a cut in his head, probably the 400th of his career, but preparing to come back on.
Walker's been run down here, and he's been pinged in the defensive 50, and Geelong will get another set shot at goal directly in front, and 50 for dissent.
Yep.
I think that was against maybe Walker. So this will bring them right back. Stengel, look, they're not even manning the mark, Fremantle.
No.
Not even, in case he kicks it into you. You get back and man the mark.
The guy would have been on the line, BT.
Well, that's okay. I've seen you almost miss from there, Duck. Two straight. The Cats, Fremantle yet to score, and it's just a small sign of not switched on, Duck.
I'll tell you what they did.
Tell you what, if it was in a grand final, would he have done it?
I'll tell you what you didn't notice, BT. Obviously, he was going to go to the line. All the defenders got together straight away. They had a chat about what the free kick in the 50 was given away for. So they'd already gone into a mode.
Well, I would say to that, Duck, one step at a time. Address things as they happen. Don't get ahead of them.
Well, I have
the goal hadn't been kicked at that stage.
I have no issue with them getting together, knowing what the ball's coming in quite a bit. Just having a quick meeting.
I have an issue with someone not being on the mark. I'm sorry.
Some bad news for that ball. That will never be played with again either.
No, he's really polished the leather off it. Look at it. He's a polishing machine, that young man.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. Dockers out of the centre, lob. Little hand pass off to Brayshaw, but he was run down from behind by Tommy Stewart. He's taken the free kick at half-back for the Cats. He gets up, bounces up. He kicks out here to Blitzarves on the wing. O'Driscoll flew with him for the Dockers and brought it to ground. And they can clear here through Schultz, who puts it out in front of O'Driscoll, who runs the boundary line, runs into College Asney.
I'm not wanting to upset you, Duck, or get you grumpy or anything, but I just felt I'm feeling it's time after 20 years. I'm gonna speak for myself. I've had enough of being pushed into the corner and bullied.
Is that right?
And I feel like it's time to speak.
Put that on your nuff.
Boundary throw in. Opportunity here. People tell me to tell things and say I'm going to do it my way. Here's Selwood. Little handball out. Holmes giving chase. Couldn't get there. Isaac Smith. It's a real battle for the ball at the moment. Geelong are winning that battle, and they've won this one at half-back through Tui.
Well, they're winning the free kicks. They're a little bit harder over the footy, and right now, this momentum is all with the catch. They've only kicked a couple of goals.
And the light southerly has turned into a medium light southerly. It's becoming more erect as you look at the flags as every minute goes by. Selwood.
Just about going to be blown off their poles.
Got it to Stewart. Stewart at half forward. Entry inside Mark Blitzarves. And he took the mark. 35 metres out on a slight angle. And he's got the wind coming over his right shoulder.
So we'll get an idea. We know that it's definitely blowing towards that end, but we'll like it normally does.
Well, let's see if he's
whether it
inside right post.
Correct.
Yeah. So he's going to. Let's see if he aims at the right post. And that means there's a bit of side wind there as well. Gee, we're really analysing the wind as the Blitzarves comes in, and just beautifully done as it drifts across with a light zephyr. And Geelong off to a fast start. 3 goals. Fremantle have not had a look yet on the Beacon Trade scoreboard.
That's what he did there, BT. He hit it fairly hard and low. And that went pretty straight, didn't it? It never got affected by the wind at all.
No, that was too easy, that build-up by the Cats. They just won it across half-back, that holding the ball free kick, and almost did what they wanted with it. They had players out everywhere here on this near wing, and they're just too easy. And Blitzarves marks it almost uncontested inside 50. They need to be better than that, Fremantle. They've been good defensively all year so far, but let themselves down so far here today.
McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Footy. Don't forget My Macca's Rewards has arrived. Order via the My Macca's app and score rewards points today. Umpire looks at the centre dot and goes and slams the footy into the turf. It'll stay inside the circle. Good bounce, tap down to Selwood. And Selwood, the captain, hand pass to Holmes, and he looks forward. The leading player was Cameron, just went wide of him. Couldn't quite pluck it off the turf. Walker's picked it up and kicked out here. Loose Acres he is on the broadcast wing.
Joe Acres told to go by the umpire at half-back. Just nurses it down the line ever so gently. Front and centre ball here, trying to win it on this occasion is Schultz of Fremantle, and also in there working hard Brodie. Neither of them win it. Look at the Cats. Scatter once the ball's won. Duncan got it to Buse. Buse, a deliberate dribbler. Close, kept it rolling forward. Mundy's under real pressure. They're going backwards here at the moment, the Dockers. Cox, dangerous kick, deep back to Logue. Still going backwards. Can they get to go forward at all? It's in the hands here of Tucker. Tucker goes wide, looking for Collier. Got to work back into the wind, and out of bounds it goes. So they are having a tough time understanding how to play this ground at the moment.
They are, too, man. Give us some numbers for Sarong, Brodie and Mundy.
Yeah, Sarong only one. Mundy, just the one, just picked up a stat then, and Brodie statless, averaging 27 this year.
Slow start for the Cats, and for the Dockers, I should say, and the Cats with 3 goals on the board. Tap down to that man Brodie, two-man just spoke about, released the hand pass, good. Got it to Sarong, now a kick inside forward 50, Tracy in front, marks on forward 50 on a 45-degree angle. So he lopes back with the footy. Open forward line still. Walters goes to the left forward pocket on a lead.
Waiting for Lobb to get down there.
Schultz has gone the same spot, and he's gone to Lobb, as the Duck said. Perfect kick. And Duck, brilliantly read by you. As always, 20 out, he's taken a mark.
I'm not sure they deliberately actually meant to go to him, but he worked really hard to get down there to give them an option. And then in the end, that ball dropped short.
That did.
So once again, the flight of the footy tricked a few, but not this man, Marty McFly Lobb.
Lob.
Duck's real happy with it.
He's
looking around,
slapping his legs.
25 out, he's kicked the goal. The Dockers are 1 straight goal, Geelong are 3 straight goals, and that's on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard midway through the first term.
Well, I might have to talk us through this one, because Duck is just getting right around himself at the moment.
He's really lathering himself in affection.
Well, you're right, it was off the back of work rate. I know he took a long time to kick it inside 50, and generally you think, well, hurry up and get it in there, wait, because Geelong's numbers are going to get back. But what they were doing, they were zoning off, trying to protect the leading lanes, and it was a smart kick, just popped it over those spare defenders, and Lobb just with pure work rate got there.
Yeah, and he doesn't get that space as well without the other forwards leading.
Yep.
And then that consistent movement. Walters was one of them that dragged a couple out just by movement. That's what defenders don't like. They hate movement, whether it be a stoppage or a kick in.
Just looking on the Mob Next Door's agenda, next agenda item is the wind. They're going to start talking about that soon.
We've covered that.
We've gone surely there. The wind's been a big factor here today. Opportunity at ground level. Fremantle is just going to give them a little get up and get going as Atkins comes off half-back, rips the little handball to Guthrie, stroking football inside out Hawkins. Gets rid of Pearce, but the kick by Guthrie was superb to the advantage of Hawkins.
We'll go back and have a shot.
And he's 45 metres out, and this will be airborne, and this will give us the indication.
Yeah, it will, and if it is right to left, BT...
It's against.
Yes, exactly right. With his left to right, the wind is right to left.
And that would be going through his mind. So I'm a left to righter, but it's pushing from the right to left. How much do I allow for that?
Yeah.
This is extraordinary sort of
get the math
trigonometry approach. In comes Hawkins. Kick on the way is perfect. It is perfect. Wow, right through the eye, diddle.
That's still going.
He's got a couple. They have got 4, the Cats. They're 4 straight. Fremantle are 1 straight. Beacon Trade scoreboard, they're playing well.
And I know we're not being facetious when we talk about this. We were right behind that.
Yep.
He knows exactly what he does with the footy. That started just with his little left to right. Then the wind just straightened it up, and it went pretty much straight from that point on and went straight through the middle.
The understanding of knowing what you do with the footy in the air is underestimated. I once coached a guy that had played over 230 games of football, and he still did not understand knew what his ball did in the air.
Yeah. Really?
This guy has known for the last, probably the last 10 years at least.
Yep.
Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Beautiful kick from Hawkins. There it is. Harvey Norman receive a bonus gift card on selected cooking appliances. Conditions apply. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. Cats by 18 points. 18 minutes into the first term. Big lob. And we've got a whistle in the ruck contest. Meek, in fact, who was in the ruck.
So did Jay-Z say that Fremantle won the toss?
Yeah,
he did.
They kicked the Cats to win.
Yeah, we'd better check with him.
Bizarre.
Oh, boy.
Meek to Brodie by hand, and Brodie's kick long to full forward. Whistle goes through to the Dockers. What'd you spot, Bern? Big
I think there's a bit of a push in the back there.
The flags were going Geelong. Now they're actually
changed.
sort of almost changed the other way. Now.
It's a bit of a northerly now.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's not on the agenda next door yet.
Well, it's going.
Not yet.
Having sort of third quarter territory.
So lob.
It's a strange agenda.
Is anything else? Any future agendas?
There's one there about Hutchie or something. Oh, it might have been Bill. I'm not sure.
I was just keeping an eye on it through the window.
We didn't see a Harvey Norman replay of that.
We didn't.
I was waiting for it.
Big lob, who's 30 metres out. He kicked their first goal and he's missed for the possibility of their second. So they go to 1-1-7 Fremantle. 4 straight goals, 24 Geelong. 19 first term. Triple M Beacon Trades.
Bob Jane Team Arch, Jay-Z.
Yeah, it's interesting. Fremantle definitely chose to kick down that end because that's the way the wind was blowing initially. Even Tom Hawkins told Joel Selwood, kick that way if you win the toss, but it has changed around.
Well, it has, Jay-Z at Bob Jane Team Arch by a set of 4 monster wheels, off-road tyres, entered to win an Oz Track Telegraph cross-camper trailer. Just get into one of those and it'll be nice.
Yes.
Here's Aish. Not sure I nailed it, but opportunity here by Guthrie. Handball to Stanley. Dribbler on the ground. Brodie involved. Starting to equal some of these contests now, Fremantle. Little smother knocked down there. Oh, Selwood brilliant to Stengel. It was a tap on. Frederick upended him. Now they blast through with some sidestep fancy stuff from Walker. He goes out wide to Lob, who's single-handedly keeping in the game up forward at the moment. He's got to battle a couple of smalls. De Koning's in there as well. Picked up by Frederick. Handball comes back in. Now deep in defence. Switkowski's got it. Handball back to Lob. He's wrapped up in the Atkins tackle. Got rid of it very wide. And Collier keeps it alive.
He has kept it alive. It looked like it was going to roll out of bounds. O'Driscoll from 40 out from the boundary line. Have a look at that for a kick.
Oh, what a kick.
That is an absolute perler. That's as good as you'll see from O'Driscoll. And just in front of a little group of Dockers fans over there, Byrne, who raised their flag, so not a bad spot for him. 2-1-13 to Dockers. The Cats 4 straight goals, 24, 20.5 first term. Beacon Trade score, but that was a beauty.
Absolutely.
The kick was a beauty, but I'm trying to work out who did the shepherd on the line. That was just as good because without that shepherd, that ball gets touched without question. And Geelong have had 12 inside 50s for 4 goals. Fremantle only 4 for 2 goals, 1.
Good efficiency.
It's been very efficient for him.
Jay-Z, Bob Jane Team Arch.
Cats down a man, BT. Max Holmes has just limped off the ground with what looks like a left ankle concern. The sub, Luke Dalhouse, warming up, expecting him to be a straight swap.
It was Tracy that put the shepherd on and probably was holding to his arm, to be honest.
He had him wrapped up, but they do let them go, Duck, a lot.
He works better at home, Jay-Z, no doubt about it. Up they go. My footy meek. Wins it off the back of the square. The Cats had loaded up, but they didn't win the ball. Switkamski's kick was smothered as it came off the boot, which it normally is. Here's Guthrie. Little handball. Frederick underneath. Just got the handball out. Well done. Here they go. Opportunity for Brodie. Got inside 50, 45 and closing. Bender. Hit the inside of the post.
It's 2 posters.
Well, that's not unusual. Geelong 4 straight. Fremantle 2-2.
2-2. Should be 4.
Could be, but they hit the post.
That's your point.
Yeah.
Yep. So just a post in it.
Well, it means it's pretty close.
Can't get any closer.
No.
Super special comments from Duck.
He's just staring at me. I wasn't disagreeing, Duck.
Stuart long kick out of fullback.
Yeah, the sidewinder eyes going. Yeah, the Friday night eyes going.
It was a little bit intimidating. So Walker's got it, but he lost it by hand. He hand passed it straight to Hawkins, who got it to Guthrie, got it to Close. Hand pass to Myers, runs to 40, across the body, snap, and a great chase. Byrne, who was it that grabbed him by the jump?
Walker, Brandon Walker. He gave a goal away earlier with a 50-metre penalty, but Longmuir sitting in the box will be very, very happy with that. He just saved what was going to be a certain goal with that chase.
Yeah, and he dragged him down and he put it out in the full, so no change to the score, and the Cats up by 10 points.
Fair bit of smarty pants Piakaroon about that as well from Myers, the way he tried to get it onto the boot and made it more difficult than it was. O'Connor wins the contest here. Handball almost intercepted by Walker. Got it here, and he's caught in the Tom Hawkins tackle, Walker.
He looks good, Walker.
Yep.
I mean, he had a bit of play about a minute or so ago, then that chase got caught then, but he looks good.
Cats here at the moment by 10 points. Got it at their forward end. Opportunity for the Luke Ryan, who's been there all those years when they haven't been great. He's still continued to play well. Stanley goes back down the line, back inside the Geelong Cats forward 50. Runs out of tarmac and over the line and out of bounds. We'll throw it in. Deep in attack here for the Cats.
Choice Hotels around the grounds. Ash, where we're heading after this one?
Play about to start shortly between the Crows and the Giants, Baz.
All right, so we're not heading there, but that's what's happening very, very shortly. We'll keep you updated on that one. Boundary throw in. Myers has got it. His hand pass went straight to Clark. Clark's hand pass to Brodie got dragged down on the kick, and it's going to come back to him. No advantage paid. So Brodie at half back. At the moment, a 10-point lead to the Cats. 24 minutes now, first
I'll
term.
get a comment off Ash shortly on the undermining of Ewan in his position. Ethan, sorry.
He hasn't. He hasn't.
Just in case you want to say something. I know you talk a lot off air.
You think that he's making that up? It's a genuine mistake.
I don't get. Well, they're not even close to each other.
It's a developing story.
Both E and N.
E and N, is that what it is?
Yeah. Aish kicks back to the wing for the Dockers, and a fist on it from Schultz. Brings it to ground level. Got it to Lobu. Hand pass to Walters, who can pick up the bouncing ball. 60 out. He overran it. And de Conning put his head over it for the Cats and punts it up, and a high tackle has been laid and a free to the Cats.
Look, was that lob that gave the handball? You just got to hit the target there. That's an easy.
Straight to ground. That would have been inside 50. They had Frederick out the back. That was a shot on goal. Wasted.
All right for you, Duck. You're the player of the century. That's easy. But when you're not the player of the century, you're perhaps the player of the day, it's a lot harder.
Just a simple handball beat.
Brayshaw, yes, Bernard. Brayshaw here.
I've got Bernard. Mum calls me out when I'm in trouble.
Half forward.
Only person.
Deep ball. Lob the intended target. He's got one on each side of him in terms of defenders. Ball knocked to the front. Picked up by Sarong. Tried to bang on the boot. Smothered. Fronted here, and that'll be a free kick going the Cats' way. And I think it'll be Higgins. Been in and out this year, Higgins. Been rested. I think they've got a plan for him. I think he's playing every second week, Baz. At the moment, Higgins, that's the way it looks to me.
After a really good start from Geelong, Freo right back in this game. They're taking control.
Kick to the wing, Stanley the target, slapped down the ground level, but Akers was waiting for it, and he'll kick the Dockers back inside with a long ball. Lob up, can't mark who's front and square. Schultz, it might be trying to work his way through, it is. And they pile on top of him, and the umpire has let play go. He sort of slipped over and got back up. The umpire now blows the whistle, says it was a throw, and a free kick will go to the Dockers.
Well, this is where we'll find out how far, whether the wind has turned around. It is now actually blowing to Geelong's end again, according to the flag. So we'll find out here. Normally this is right to left PT. Once upon a time, before the new stadium.
All right. What about now, Doc?
Yeah, I still think right to left.
Given we're in the now.
So big Big lob.
Playing today.
10 metres inside the boundary. Broadcast side, he's put this across the face, and that's where it stayed and slapped through for a rush point. 2-3-15 they are. 4 straight goals. The Cats 24. 26.5 in Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Just see a tin of leather conditioner being rushed down to Polisher Boy. Yes. And he's continuing to apply.
Probably didn't think he'd have such a busy day. But
in case the ball takes on water, as Duck is suggesting. Ryan out the back door, Logue as well. Little hand water, Mundy. Mundy got it off there. Avoided Stanley. Then they turn it over. Cats out of the middle. Cameron was in this one to Myers. Involved. Here is close. Little low ball. Saw it out the corner of his eye. Stengel marks.
Great vision.
Stengel marks 35 metres out, 45-degree angle.
Great vision to Stengel. And I thought the decision to come back and kick over the men on the mark, they were all rushing back. So take it upon yourself to go back. Should be an easy shot for him.
Should know exactly what this does. We're confused by the wind. It's this is the third different direction it's been going. So we are confused. Stengel, 35 metres out. You would think a little bit of right to left, if anything. Kick on the way, starts at left. It's got to hold the line, and it does. So they're kicking well. He's got a couple, Stengel. And the Cats, 5 straight. Fremantle, 2-3 on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well called, Duck. Great vision there by Close coming through. Could have easily had a running shot at goal from probably 45 metres out, but we know it's a bit of a swirly breeze, tough breeze, so just made a certainty of it, kicked it across his body, found Stengel, kicked the goal. But Fremantle, the last 10 minutes, Duck, Fremantle have played the game in their forward half. Last 10 minutes, 57% forward half, which was not the case in the first 10 minutes.
I tell you how you know it's great vision, BT. You know how? I didn't even see Stengel, and we're sitting up in the grandstand with the whole ground in front of us, and I'm thinking, where's he going? And then Stengel was there, so that tells you what sort of peripheral vision that he's got.
I thought Stengel might have played on, had some room in front of him. Just thought, no, I'll go back and kick the goal though.
Just a Triple M Reds there. Geelong were going at 57% from set shots coming into today's game, ranked 14th. Today, 5 goals straight.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. Mundy out of the centre for the Dockers. Kicks inside forward 50. Colin Jasny back of the pack. Head over the footy. Slipped out of his hands. Allows Switkowski in and pushed back into a huge pack of players. Hand pass over Frederick's head. Tracy sees it to the boundary line and he's slung to the deck by Buse. And the ball goes out of bounds, 50 around from the dock hole.
Be careful there, Buse. Give a free kick away there for a dangerous tackle. It was right on the border.
Sunshine here is brilliant. Fans mostly bathed in it. Knocked down by Blitzarves. Running onto this is the dangerous Schultz, and he just does it so nonchalantly and puts up the one finger. And they are looking good, the Dockers. We're finding out a little bit about them now. 5 straight, the Cats. Fremantle 3-3, 21 on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well, they should have 5. So it has been a real even. Other than that first 7 or 8 minutes where the Cats dominated, it's become a real even game, hasn't it? And both sides, I mean, that was from a stoppage, but both sides scoring their goals quite easily.
No, they are. That's why we've seen such straight kicking too. The only couple of points we've seen are posters. But I was watching that stoppage very closely there, Duck, and he was all on his own, Schultz. He had Geelong had a defensive winger on the goal side of the stoppage, and they just let Schultz on his own, and the ball just flicked his way. That's why he had so much time to have a snap across his body. Inside 50, 16-8 this quarter. Geelong 5 goals from their 16. Fremantle 3-3 from their 8.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. Bounce favoured Meek, and he just was able to grab the footy and hand pass to Mundy. Dockers out of the middle, hand pass off to Sarong. And a long drop punt back inside forward 50. Big leap from Blitzarves. Nice mark. A true centre-half back for the Cats. Ash Choice Hotels around the grounds. Adelaide and the GWS has that begun.
It has 5 minutes into the first quarter. Giants 2 straight 12. Crows 1 behind.
Thanks, Ash, on the Red Z lenders there. Ball over the back and it'll probably almost get the boundary. No, it won't. Kept alive there magnificently by Stendhal. He did a little turtle tail turn. Got it on there to Smith. And Smith kicks it out of bounds on the full. Couldn't quite get enough of the left foot back inside. And a Fremantle free kick here. It'll either be Ryan or Pearce. I think it's going to go to Pearce.
Give us some pressure ratings, Two-Man, for Freo. I thought their pressure just there was good, even though they were beaten a couple of times.
Yeah, they're at 191, the Dockers. However, last 10 minutes, 205. The average is 18.
Pearce's kick off the side of the boot was as bad as that pressure rating stuff you dribble out of your mouth. There's now Isaac Smith's got a 55 out, goes short and finds Close.
Close has got it, 48 out. And he's taken the mark, and he'll go back just inside the boundary, and he goes back with purpose.
Only just on the 15, the kick, wasn't it?
It was just, wasn't it? So
still trying to get my head around that kick from Pearce.
Yeah,
it's gone right angles.
One of those ones. Close from 50. Betters the angle a little bit, but it's pushed out to the right where it stays. Lands 10 out from the Cats' goal. Offhands Ace. Tried to find a teammate by hand. Ran into Selwood. Ball's pushed back into a Packers players, and Clark for the Dockers just slams it onto his boot and kicks it out here to the wing.
Atkins brought it back into the field of play, but they cough it up, and now Close goes backwards. Gives Tui space, time, and he nails the kick wide to Cameron. Cameron slides it down the line, and it was brushed away there by Clark of Fremantle. And we'll have a boundary throw in 55 metres from the Geelong City end goal.
How come we don't know how long to go?
32 minutes has gone, and we don't know how long to go.
Why?
This is, some people like the count-up clock. Duck, I
haven't
personally
seen
like
that
the
all year.
countdown clock.
Did 10 games last week, and I didn't see this.
There's been a push from the agenda mob in there to have the count-up clock.
Why?
I personally like the countdown clock. The idea of time is you know how much there is
There's
left.
about 10 seconds to go, by the way, 5 seconds. Yeah.
Okay. So we're probably complaining about nothing.
Let's start talking about the wind again.
I like to be able to see it, BT.
And the quarter ends. It's a nice game of footy. There's been 8 goals collectively kicked in it. Geelong have got 5 of them, 5 straight 30. Fremantle 3-3-21. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rants Football.
That quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams and a huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
My Macca's Rewards has arrived. Order via the My Macca's app and score rewards points today. From a crack in your deck to your floor or even your walls, you'll find the right filling application from the Timbermate Group.
Work that perfectly.
Triple M rocks footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
Triple M is your home of the Marty Sheargold Show.
What is the future of the bounce?
I think the centre field bounce is fine.
The reason I bring it up,
Are there any stats to back up the inaccuracy of the umpire's bounce?
Well, umpires physically struggle with it.
Poor umpires.
The problem is it forces good umpires out of the game.
Does it?
Because they are
can't
unable
bounce?
to perform. It's tough. Have you tried bouncing a ball?
No, and I'm not going to because it's not my job.
The Marty Sheargold Show. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's 105.1 Triple M.
When making the double chicken deluxe at Macca's, we wanted to improve on the perfect combo of tender Aussie chicken with cheese, tomato and aioli. So, we doubled it. Chicken and Macca's, together and loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Available after 10:30am for a limited time only.
Installery.
For the hottest of hot water you've ever seen. Ream comes on steady, hot and strong. It just keeps on and on.
Ream's been proudly manufacturing here in Australia for over 80 years.
Install a Ream. Install a Ream.
So ask your plumber for Ream, Australia's #1.
Hard Yakka. Toughness is our DNA. No shortcuts. Born in 1930, Hard Yakka's legendary status is in its heritage. Work hard, play hard. And we don't play by the rules. We write them. That's why we've designed the ultimate men's and women's gear and boots for your no-nonsense lifestyle. Designed to work hard on the job or on your weekend adventures. So do your mate or family member a favour. Get them the gear that'll make them feel like a legend. They'll thank you for it. Head to hardyakka.com.au or visit your nearest stockist today.
$1 mattress upsize deal now at Harvey Norman. Purchase a selected Australian-made queen-size mattress from King Coil, Sealy Posturepedic, Sleepmaker or Beauty Rest, and for $1 more, upgrade to a king size. Now's the time to update your mattress and support local manufacturers and buy Australian-made. That's right, purchase a selected Australian-made queen mattress and for $1 more, upgrade to a king size. $1 mattress upsize deal. On now at Harvey Norman.
Build your new deck the smart way with Spec-Rite Merbau decking. Now available pre-oiled and ready to use, Spec-Rite Merbau makes the job easy and is perfect for Aussie conditions. Spec-Rite Merbau pre-oiled decking. Available at Bunnings Warehouse.
Matt O'Kine and Alex Dyson serving up a fresh podcast every morning.
It is my dad and my sister's birthday tomorrow.
I can't believe that they're both born on the same day.
He said, the best birthday present ever when his daughter's born on his birthday.
What did he get?
a baby, Matt.
Well, yeah, I mean, I just thought maybe he might have gotten something he could have used there and then.
Or some sweet rollerblades or something.
Matt and Alex's All Day Breakfast. Download the new Listener app now and listen for free. Listener.
From a crack in your deck to your floor or even your walls, you'll find the right filling application from the Timbermate Group.
Work that perfectly.
Triple M rocks footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
Shut up.
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
Quarter time here down at Geelong, and Geelong, I wouldn't say they're in control, but they're in front by 9 points. 5 straight 30 to Fremantle 3-3-21 on the IGA Liquor scoreboard. Ash Chua has all the Red Z lending stats to quarter time, Ash.
Tom Stewart leading ball winner with 9, but Rory Lobb, he leads the way for the Dockers. 7 disposals, 4 score involvements and 1 goal won.
Ash, we'll go to Jay-Z in a minute. By the way, Ash, IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great job. Let's get downstairs for Bob Jane T-Marts. Jay-Z, sub has been made or not?
BT suspect the substitute is about to be made for Geelong. Max Holmes is out with that left ankle injury. Luke Dalhouse is the substitute, is about to come on, so a change for the Cats early. Also, just keep an eye on Tom Stewart, who landed heavily in a marking contest. Suspect he's not 100%. And also, Zach Toohey spent some time with the doctor. I think he has a corky left side, so those two players might not be at full health for the rest of the game. But Max Holmes coming off, Luke Dalhouse will be coming on.
Jay-Z, what do the flags say for Fremantle in this quarter?
They're currently still blowing towards Fremantle's end. So after a blustery first quarter, the Dockers should be kicking with an advantage in this second term and need to capitalise.
Seabus Super special comments. Seabus Super making hard work pay off. Duck and Bernie.
Well, that'll make this first part of the quarter very interesting, because in the second half of that first quarter, Fremantle were +6 in contested possessions, +7 in clearances, inside 50s, +1. So the Cats dominating in the first half of that first quarter, but they were able to turn that around. So with the wind, just see if they can get some ascendancy here in this second term.
A lot more pressure on the footy in the second half of that first quarter, because Fremantle, it was just too easy for the Cats early on, and they just upped their tempo around the footy, started to win clearance, started to tackle harder, so pressure went up.
Just looking at the agenda next door in the box, very close. Are they going to talk about the first quarter shortly?
It's a short.
The game started.
Let's restart this one.
Yes.
For McDonald's, a Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy bounce, nice and high. So Stanley and Meek get a good run at it. Slap down to ground level. Mundy tries to tap it here to the broadcast wing. Tracks the ball with his teammate in Sarong, but getting in the way was Stewart, who punched it back out to Myers. Myers tackled, lost it, dropping the ball. Mundy was going to run away, but it's going to go back to Sarong, defensive side of the wing. Goes short to the centre to Ryan. Little hand pass to Brayshaw, wants to go back to Ryan. Then to Big Meek, and he set him up for a tackle. Stewart wrapped his arms around him. Footy hit the deck. Mundy punched it back out to Brayshaw. He's got to squeeze through about 3 or 4 Cats defenders. Hand pass under pressure went straight to Selwood, who got it to Guthrie.
And now to Stewart. It was all a change of handballs in very, very tight indeed. The kick down long, looking for Logue. Trying to keep it rolling forward was Cameron. Picked up by Parfett. Got the handball there to Myers. Comes on to Close. Close 13. Closing got it. No. Third post at that end of the ground. Wow. Incredible stuff. I know Duck's already making a note of it for his future diaries. But wow, 5-1-31 Geelong, Fremantle 3-3-21.
It's not either post, it's the one post as well. But
it's all the same post.
Same post.
Wow.
That adds a bit to it.
Ash, you didn't pick that up, and well, you and Ethan
So Selwood's taken a mark from the kick out, so he can send Geelong back inside. Cameron was the leader, that's where he went. Logue was right with him, slapped it down to ground level. Hand pass comes out towards Tracy, bumped off it by Stewart, allows the Cats to reclaim. Hand pass to Guthrie. Guthrie high kick back to full forward. Dempsey, the young man's in the van. H is with him. The big fella in Cox has got it. Hand pass back up the Waste, who's tackled over the boundary line, right forward pocket for the Cats.
See that? They all lost it in the sun then, but there's not a lot of sun.
No.
It's a lot of cloud.
Under a cloud.
Might be just
over handballing the ball at the moment. The Dockers. What's the? Do I call you Ethan? Ewan?
No, you're right, Bertie. 44 kicks v 50 handballs, Bertie.
On a scale out of 10, how upset have you been, Ash?
9.7.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Mundy, half-back, trying to clear it. Danger zone here for the Cats. They're at the Barron River end. Close applying a ripper, vicious tackle. Selwood appealing for the free kick. And the crowd's getting murmuring more and more. Nothing forthcoming. Lee Fisher lets it go. Eventually it came out the back door to Schultz. And they get a clearing kick, but straight down the throat of Atkins, who's marked 60 out. Gave the handball off to Kolajasny from 51 metres. Kolajasny, very, very high ball, trying to mark it over the top, couldn't quite get it on that occasion. I think it might have been Dempsey, and now it is Fremantle to take it away.
And it was Cox who kicked it out on the full, so Smith will bring it back in for Geelong. Immediately picks it up 70 metres out on the boundary line, spots up Duncan, little short kick inboard, he takes the mark. He's gone for the pass to Guthrie, short inside. Switkowski got in the way. Hand pass over to Brayshaw. He'll kick the Dockers out to the outer side wing. Big lob's got to go at it. The big ruckman with Blitzarves of the Cats. Blitzarves toe pokes it off the ground.
Well done, Lob.
The ball goes out of bounds. Big lob.
That was
pressure.
2v5 there. The Cats had a heap of numbers behind the foot in just to get the pressure on to get it out of bounds. It allows the team to reset now, and then they can go even numbers.
31-21 in favour of the Cats. Lob doing the ruck work with Stanley. Stanley knocks it down. Parfitt had half a fresh airy. Stanley had to go again, pulled his head out in the nick of time. Good tackle there by Fremantle. Not rewarded against Atkins as Mundy farms the handball in the lob direction. Now they go around the corner. Stewart tries the intercept work. The angle's there. Picks up the ball. Gave it a close. They're out. Onto Atkins. Got the haircut this week. Mongrel spiral. Horrible kick goes wide out of bounds on the full. And it'll be a free going the way of the Fremantle Dockers and Ryan.
So Ryan tracks the footy back, picks it up on the wing. Ash, the Giants have started well in Adelaide.
They're off to a flyer, 3-3-21. Crows one behind.
Long kick back here towards half forward, and big De Koning goes up and marks it half back for the Cats. Chips it back inside defensive 50. And Geelong in control. Little short ball. Still inside defensive 50. Stewart's got it. Hand pass off to the running O'Connor. What was that?
Rona might have arrived.
Never
had a little guzzy stuck there.
You know,
we heard that.
Yeah, they can sometimes get up very high. Akers
should be free now.
Kicks into the centre. Wrong.
Still wedged.
A short kick here to Frederick, who's got it. He's got about 65 out, Brian.
He has. He thought about playing on, and he's just pulled back on that for a moment. And now just sends a high ball, lob bound. You would think he's trying to be everywhere at the moment, Lob, but he's outmarked by Stanley, who was in front of the pack.
Yeah, Meek has to make sure that comes to ground for Fremantle.
Secured it now, and just a bit of a swallow. High ball, up goes Blitzarves over the top. Nice mark, Blitzarves. Very impressive, very evenly poised this game at the moment. Kick goes to Myers, and Myers takes the mark. I know it could be a little shallow, but gee, I like the colour of Fremantle, the purples. Very nice. And Myers has got it between half-back and wing, right in front of the interchange area. Little typical Myers kick, slides down the line to Cameron. He wheels onto the left, nurses the ball inside to Parfitt. He took the mark, wanted to go, 52 out. Tried to lead close, slipped over the moment he took off, and he's been outmanoeuvred.
Well done,
and I think it might have been Ace that took the mark against him.
Geez, that's a good mark.
Well done.
And well covered, wasn't it?
Played in front, didn't he?
Yep.
Didn't allow a leading lane.
Triple M Bus Super special comments. Burn and the Duck as Frederick's got it at half-back, goes short to Tucker.
It was a great build-up from Geelong, wasn't it? Stanley contested marks, Blitzarves, and then just a slow build-up, then Cameron quick in.
Yeah, Cameron's kick was elite inside.
I see Tucker in his 100th game here this afternoon. Kicks to the wing. And Sarong marks. He plays on. He's gone long. I think he's looking for Lob, but a little bit wide and out of bounds.
I think they are at sea on how to come to terms with the dimensions of this ground.
Well, we've seen a few. That was nearly on the full again. There's been 2 or 3 this quarter alone go out the full over there. I don't know. Maybe the wind's changed again, BT. Maybe it's going across the ground.
I think it is.
All the flags have changed.
6.5 second term, 5-1-31 Geelong, 3-3-21.
Generally means it's changed.
Fremantle.
Can't see any fan close by.
Switkowski.
Someone's blowing it.
They are.
We've had a southerly, a northerly, and westerly today.
Blitzarv's got a free kick and he kicked it to his mate in Isaac Smith and it just bounced off his chest out of bounds. So
is that an easterly?
Upperly?
Not an easterly now.
It's an easterly, yeah. It's the opposite to the westerly.
Opposite to westerly. Boundary.
Now we get that compass out.
Anyway, it's been blowing.
It has. It has. Meek slapped it down to Mundy. You can send the Dockers inside forward 50 to a one-on-one. And hitting the deck, 2 players, and the ball bounces to about 5 minutes from Dockers' goal. Kicked off the ground by Schultz through for a goal, is it?
I think it's hit the goal umpire.
Yeah, goal.
So hit above his knee.
Score review. Umpire's been hit by the ball. Please check the score.
Well done.
All right, so the umpire's been hit by the ball.
It'll be a goal.
By the way, we're the only ones that get that audio.
Hang on. That was on an angle where it looks like it might have hit the post.
So what they have to work out is whether the umpire stopped it.
Impeded it from hitting the post.
Yes.
So it hits his front leg, which is in line with the goal post.
Now, this is the same goal umpire that it hit last week.
Is this the same one?
He got caught last
He's getting
week.
in the way, BT.
Yes, he's coming onto the field.
You shouldn't have your
I know,
foot in
because
front of the goalpost.
He's got the big hips. He's quite a tall, well-tanned man.
Well tanned. Did you say well tanned?
And that's how I picked him.
Now there's the Harvey Norman.
The goal post if it did not make contact with the goal umpire. Decision on scoreboard.
I think that's the right decision.
Yeah,
I think it was going to hit the goal post, which is behind his leg on that angle.
I think you're right.
That will be a point.
Should be.
And there it is. So 3-4-22, the Dockers 5-1-31 Geelong. The Harvey Norman replay getting it right. Harvey Norman receive a bonus gift card on selected cooking appliances. Conditions apply.
I will guarantee you, just having a look at him now, that is the same goal umpire from last week that got hit. I forget which game it was. I think it was at the MCG. Here is close. Guthrie, boy, they're going to examine that at the goal umpire's training headquarters during the week. Collier shot the handball to Brayshaw, and they'll get the video out and the flags, and they'll fluff around. And here's Walters on the lead, takes the little mark 45 out.
Having a nice little patch here. The Dockers just need to we speak about momentum earlier in the game. Duck need to kick goals though.
If he kicks this, they'll be closer.
15 gone. 15 gone.
You're sleep deprived, aren't you? It's really
so Walters must get this airborne.
Play on.
And he does, but just allows a bit too much, and that was... See, that's what the Geelong players knew, and he didn't. Ball knocked down to Toohey, on to Smith, straight into Walters, picked up by Stewart. Beautiful little give there to Toohey. Toohey kicks it long and wide off hands over the line out of bounds, but it's out of the immediate danger zone for the Cats. Scoreboard reads 5-1-31, Fremantle 3-4-22. Let's go around the grounds, Ash, for Choice Hotels.
It's the Giants by 8 points over the Crows, deep into the first quarter.
Ball spins in.
That's not right, Ash.
Oh, sorry, it's the Giants by 21 points.
There we go.
Deep into the first quarter.
Boy, I think his computer's been gobbled up by a bigger computer than Ethan's got more power and more gigaguts than Ash's, and he's infiltrated it. It's a gigaroff.
Walker's kick inside forward 50. He's ended up a free kick to the Cats. Geelong at half back, and Myers has got it. He's called the play on. Short ball to Duncan, who marks on the wing, and hand passes off to Higgins. Plays once a fortnight, Brian. He's kicked to half forward.
He does, and Pearce is there. Immediate handball to Ryan. Ryan's got to be smart, and he was to Collier with the sneaky low handball. Collier's kick is a ripper up the iron. Diddle. Finds Tucker. He's told to play on. Goes wide. Don't know why from there. Frederick's got it on the wing. What did you think, Byrne?
Well, he had options forward, and he just went wide and slowed things down, allowed Geelong to get numbers back. Attack the goal face.
Tucker to Brayshaw. Brayshaw long. Couldn't quite get there, or he did get there, but couldn't hold on. Picked up by the Fremantle Dockers. Right foot kick across the face of goal. And Brodie it was.
Oh, Brodie. He had Sonny Walters all by himself, 30 out directly in front.
And Schultz.
31 plays 22, 23 in favour of Geelong.
Cats working it out of half-back, and Dalehouse, who has started as a sub, came on for Holmes, and he's taken the mark on the wing. Hand passes back, ends up with Duncan. Kicks just forward to the wing, and Jeremy Cameron, good. Dropping back to the flight of the footy, will take the mark. Akers went to question the umpire and just pulled his arms back in. Hand pass off to Higgins, and he'll kick Geelong deep inside forward 50, right forward pocket. Hawkins in the van. Big Stanley has to work like a midfielder. punched it back into the hot spot, but Cox was waiting for it for the Dockers. Hand pass off to Ryan, gives it to O'Driscoll, who kicked a ripping goal in the first term. Hand pass off to Brayshaw and a short kick to the big man Lobb, and he marks just outside defensive 50.
Turns around, wheels and goes and finds Walters. So this is how they pick sides apart. Fremantle, precise pinpoint kicking, and that was a good example of it. Now they're stopped in their tracks by this defensive transition that Geelong have got into, forcing Walters to go down the line to Koning, who's just growing and growing and growing in the air. His kick was ugly. It's been snipped off here by Schultz when it should have been marked by Higgins. Schultz plays on as well, uses the man on the mark rule, and the missed kick, I reckon, but it got to Akers.
He meant every bit of
marked 40 out.
Sorry, BT. He meant every bit of that. He saw Akers, knew exactly what he needed to do, hard and low. Otherwise, Cameron had worked hard back to put pressure on.
I thought it was going the guy next to him, but
Frederick.
No, it was a deliberate kick for
I
me.
can understand what you're saying, but I said earlier today that I'm not going to be pushed around anymore. I'm going to be me, Akers, 48 metres out, kick on the way, magnificent, but a little left, and behind the score 3-6, 24 Freo, Geelong 5-1, 31 on the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Tui at fullback. We'll bring it back in. So we're 13 minutes into the second term. Neither side has scored a major this quarter. And 5 goals to 3 first term. It remains that at the moment. Koning's taking the mark in the deep back pocket for Geelong from the kick in. He's on the broadcast side of the ground. Just a low sort of 40-metre drop punt. Collar Jasny read it nice. And he leapt up and took the mark virtually uncontested. So he looks short, and that's a Higgins lead. Then he elects to ignore that and go long. And Hawkins is forward of the wing. It won't reach him. Dockers players just group in front of him. One of those was Cox, who controls the footy. Slapped out a little hand pass to Akers. Shrugs off close for the tackle and hung onto the footy and just waited for the option to present it with Schultz in the centre.
Gee, they don't mind playing with risk and flair, do they, Bernie?
It's great to see.
It is.
This is what it creates.
And Collier's got space and plenty of time out the far side. Took a bounce, little left foot kick, finds Walters. Now he's within range here. Man on the mark's at 47. Once again, he's just got to get it airborne and on target.
Well, he does, and normally BT in his prime, this distance no problem. Wind a little bit in his back as we look at the flags, but his penetration in his kicking has gone a little bit.
And that's why he needs altitude. If he gets altitude, it'll catch a sort of a vortex. Little low ball, though, he passes off and finds Mundy. Now, Mundy's slightly closer and the angle slightly less.
And that gives you a good indication of how smart Walters is. He knew that was just a little bit beyond him. He normally would slot that.
Ducks decided to sit down. We're all standing. He might be getting tired. As Mundy lines up little kiddies and stuff running around at home. Daddy. As Mundy comes in. 47 out, directly in front. Online, has it got the journey? Fall short, didn't give it enough. He only three-quarter kicked it. Geelong have whipped it away from the goal line, and now Higgins out of defence.
He does, and he drills it straight to Ace, though, so they can go back inside here, the Dockers. Still waiting for a goal in this second term. Kicks to the leading man in Lobb, who's been good, and he marks 20 out virtually directly in front.
That's a good mark, really good mark. Good kick too, to his advantage. You had a pack of cats there and was able to put the hands out, BT. I know you love that.
Yeah, the Dukes.
There was space to the far side and a couple of Docker players, so really good mark from Lobb.
Looks fit, doesn't he?
He does. Kicked the point before, hit that post at the other end, striking them quite well.
3 goals, 6 the Dockers before this kick. Can he split them? He can. Dockers have got their fourth. 4-6-30 plays 5-1-31. The Cats and the Dockers are on the chart. 16 minutes into the second term. Triple M IJ Liquor scoreboard.
Yeah, the Dockers mids, they're getting going now. Brayshaw 8 this quarter. Akers has had 7, but it's almost the tail of the first quarter that the Cats were just, they kept it in their forward half. This quarter, Fremantle are just holding it in their forward half. So obviously the wind playing a bit of a role there, but the Cats at the moment cannot get it past halfway, Doug.
And I've liked what Aish has done in this quarter. He saved a goal earlier, Bernie, down here. took a really strong mark there. He's been around Ace, but I tell you what, he's
3 clubs.
Yeah, he's been really solid today.
Originally drafted to Brisbane. I think he was a number 4 pick.
He's got a famous family name. The Ace name is in South Australia.
Michael Ace.
Triple M Red Z. Fremantle only 1 mark inside their attacking 50 in Q1, 5 already in this second quarter.
First goal of the second quarter for either side, taking 16 minutes in really nice conditions. Battle in the centre square. Ace taken away just in the nick of time by Brodie, who's been impressive. Went and got it close, muscled it out, the advantage paid. Geelong have got the advantage. Guthrie goes long and deep. Hawkins was caught in a difficult position, and Pearce was awarded the free, and he decides to play on as well. So Geelong will get a bit of, Fremantle will get a bit of an escort out of defence here as upended Brodie, and immediately they go down to Walters, and he marks just forward of centre wing on the outer side as they start to get on their bikes here, the Dockers.
Yeah, he wants to go, doesn't he? He just had to wait. Yeah, he's got the big fella Meek at half forward, but the kick landed short. And a Geelong mark in front of Meek.
Yeah, not enough height on that for Meek.
It's rather meek.
And,
I was waiting for it.
Atkins at half back. And he'll drive Geelong back through the wing outer side of the ground. Dempsey's caught behind here, and Jordan Clark in front. And he got about 2 metres in the clear. Takes a comfortable mark for the Dockers.
The former Cat getting a little boo here.
Yet they never played him.
No. And,
never.
What do you do if you're a young man not getting a game? Well, you go. And, all they do is boo him. So kick goes out wide, finds an opportunity with Schultz.
They look solid down back. All the talk about their defensive setup is coming to fruition here.
One of you guys said, I asked why are they good, and you said they are so even, and they are just all over the ground. Everyone contributes just a little bit to the Dockers outfit. Here is Close, takes a uncontested mark at half back. Looks inboard to Higgins. The give and go back to Close, and the give and go double back to Higgins. Higgins to Myers, and Myers to Higgins. A lot of double give and goes there. High ball up to half forward, over the top, couldn't hold it. Cox. Ball hits the deck, 2-on-2 now. Cox tries to take it to the boundary line, and he's caught high by Parfitt. And he'll take the free at half back for the Dockers.
Did well, Cox. First of all, aerially, and then on the ground for a big man, just dove on it and got the free kick.
19 minutes into the second, just the 1 goal for the term. The Dockers have kicked it. As the ball ends up on the wing outer side of the ground, Walters takes a nice mark.
Been important this quarter, Walters. He's that real connection, hasn't he?
Yep,
across here, that link man up on the wing as they're trying to exit the D50. He's always that man leading up, and he's had probably 3 or 4 marks this quarter.
Yeah, he's in this quarter 5 marks along with 5 touches. Only had the 1 possession at quarter time.
3, 4 or 5, Benny.
3, 4 or 5 or 6.
Dockers long kick inside forward 50. It's only just inside. Slapped down to the front of the pack, and Collier with Duncan. They wrestle each other, and the ball just tips off their feet and out of bounds.
I like Collier's energy, but if he was cleaner.
Yeah.
He's
got the speed.
Yeah, he's got the speed. Or maybe it's because he's going so quick.
They've kicked 4 of the last 6 goals, Fremantle, but only 1 has come in this quarter after 20 minutes of footy. But they are starting not to get hold of it, but just to draw level. Good tackle at half back by Stengel, I think it was, and he's won himself a free here. Probably centre half back true for the Cats. Short ball sideways by foot and finds Tui. Tui at true centre half back. Every player basically forward of where Tui is goes to De Koning. He was slow and sloppy and getting rid of the footy quickly, and Duncan tries to make amends on the wing and needed in the end to take the ball over the line out of bounds. Right out on that far Reg Hickey stand. We'll throw it in centre wing. Good contest here. 5-1 to 4-6 in favour of the Cats by 1 point. Around the grounds, Choice Hotels.
Quarter time, it's the Giants by 27 over the Crows. Toby Green, 2 majors.
Boundary throwing on the wing. Sarong chases it to the boundary line and taps it back over again. So another one from whence it came.
Speaking of the Fremantle defence, Stark, that you picked before, the last 12 entries that Geelong have gone in just scored the 1 goal one. So defending at ground really well.
Geelong by 1 point on the Triple M IJ Liquor scoreboard. Boundary thrown on the wing outer side of the ground again. Big Meek, who slapped it to the ground, then sat on the midfielder who went at it at ground level in Duncan. And the umpire no choice but to come in and ball it up again. The pack of around 12 round this footy. Now he's going to split them with a free kick. It's a Dockers free kick, and the big fella Meek's going to take it just forward of the wing, outer side of the ground.
So Jay-Z, we've been informed, is coming up.
Yes.
Stairs. It's only the 20-minute mark. He does a little hosting job at half-time, but he's now leaving 1/3 of the quarter to get here. We think that's too much.
Well, it does take a while, that lift.
And we think he's not taking his job on the boundary seriously at that rate.
That a guts full down.
How can you end up just doing 60% of the game if you count it all up? Ball knocked down to Walters. And
He only comes up once.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Not every quarter.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Geelong by a point over Freo. We've played 22 minutes in the quarter. The McDonald's and Ream Hot Water Triple M Roxwood. He built tough for Aussie conditions when it comes to water heating. Asked your plumber to install the Ream. Boundary throw in here for the Fremantle Dockers. Picked up by Parfitt. Little gimme kick. Mal Dalhouse went past it. So did Cameron. Had a hand on it. Couldn't control it though. Fremantle dig in here. Guthrie's got to find something. Couldn't. In the end it was low. Got the handball out the back door. Now it's in the hands here of Brodie. Been impressive. Gives it off here once again to Sarong. Sarong goes inside 50. Walters flew early. He hung but couldn't hang long enough. Then over the line out of bounds.
I liked his energy.
Yeah.
You've already mentioned it, getting up the ground, but looks like he just really wants to leap at the footy.
A really quiet start to the year, didn't he?
Triple M C-Bus Super, special comments. The Duck and Burn on a Saturday afternoon here at HBA Stadium. Boundary throw-in. With a 1-point ball game, the Dockers trail Geelong by 1 point. As we tick up towards half-time, the ball back out of bounds.
Just on Walters, it sort of suits him that he's no longer relied on to have to do it all.
Yeah,
he just does his bit, and he can be really perfect and precise at that. C-Bus Super special comments. Right.
Do you want me to start calling?
So half forward for the Dockers, another boundary throw-in.
He can do it all.
Ball's on the deck. Switkowski goes at it. He lays a tackle. And what's happened here? It was a throw. So the free kick will go to the Dockers. So a throw on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay. There it is. What do you reckon, Burn?
Definite throw. Duncan went to ground. He was sort of half getting tackled before he picked up the ball, which meant he had to flick it up, and he can't do that.
Switkowski was the tackler and rewarded. So he's gone back with a footy. He throws the grass in the air.
We saw Walters pass from about this exact same position, and then Mundy not make the distance. So
he'll drop it onto his boot, 49.5 metres out here. He steps up, make it, yes, about that. Drop punt is high, but it's right and it stays right. Half post high, it goes through from behind. So that's it. Scores a dead level now. 5-1-31 Geelong, Fremantle 4-7-31. 24 minutes second term. Triple M IJ Liga scoreboard.
Yeah, 31 apiece. Gee, I'd hate to be in that goal umpires meeting during the week with the man that stood in front of the post.
Yes.
He'd be thinking about it too, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Oh, they're going to be spitting chips.
He'll know.
There's a Stewart from fullback. Jay-Z's arrived in the box. It's early, Jay-Z. As it goes out of the line, out of bounds. We've still got...
Imagine if something happened down there, BT. What are we going to do?
Looks like he's been via the canteen. He's picked himself up a sausage roll or two. And I point out just to Higgins. Little kick, Cameron in front. Here they come, Logue with the thump over the top. Knocked it forward, Lob roved it, peeled the handball off to Mundy. Goes backwards, finds Akers. Time and space for him now to go forward. They fly, Stewart and DeConing collide. Parfitt, funny little handball. Likewise, Stewart, picked up by Guthrie. Immediately tackled there. Crack it in, Freo.
Yeah.
31 apiece.
Pressure was awesome then, but started with Logue. That spoil was as good as a possession.
30 metres.
Time in forward half, Ash, in this second quarter.
Yeah, Triple M Reds head, Baz. 70% to the Dockers, 30 to Geelong.
Yep, they are absolutely keeping in really half of the ground at the moment as the ball goes out of bounds on the wing.
Really should be up by more, though. It's not showing on the scoreboard, but they've dominated this quarter.
Let's go downstairs to
no one.
Jay-Z. There's a big story breaking down. I believe it's the biggest story of the year. Jay-Z, down to you.
Everyone else is doing.
Oh, he's not there. We better break that story ourselves.
Yes. Ball's back out of bounds. Parfitt on the wing. It's Jay-Z, of course, from Bob Jane T-Marts. At Bob Jane T-Marts, buy a set of 4 monster wheels and off-road tyres and enter to win an Austrac Telegraph ex-camper trailer.
Like construction workers stopping an hour early for Smoko. Cracking on the ball as Higgins. Not even lunchtime. Just playtime. And a ball up on the wing. 31 apiece. Geelong have just slowed. Fremantle have closed the gap beautifully, professionally, quietly and nicely. Look at Atkins tackling. Powerful bear-hugging type tree operation. And we'll have another ball up, says Matt Stevic.
Any other Lees? Just leave that with you.
Knock down here, little pokey thing from Sarong, and it goes forward. Tom Stewart all over it. Marks diving to his left inside the centre square, just forward of centre half back.
And he plays on, runs around on the mark, and then goes long towards forward 50 for the Cats. Offhand Stengel runs into the tackler, but punched out a hand pass to Parfitt. Nice tackle on him, calls the turnover, and Clark picks it up and goes short across half back to Walters for the Dockers. And the short kick outside defensive 50 to Tucker. He stands and walks back to that defensive 50 line on the outer side of the ground. Oh, he pokes this one along the ground, but Walters good enough to pick it up. Hand pass to Brayshaw. Got about 4 or 5 Cats around him, so he puts it on the head of Lobb, who's got 2 to beat in the air. Front and square was Collier, the speedster. He's got a bit of space. Siren goes. It's half-time here at GMHBA Stadium, and we can't split them yet. Scores level. Cats 5-1-31. The Dockers 4-7-31. Best in the business. BT's in the house today with a duck and burn. Jay-Z Clark shortly and the Chew Man. And for McDonald's and Rim Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M rocks footy.
built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream. From a crack in your deck to your floor or even your walls, you'll find the right filling application from the Timbermate Group.
Work that perfectly.
Triple M rocks footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Straight after this game, Triple M continues to rock footy.
That is as good as you'll see!
Join the Temper Mattress call team for the D's and Hawks. For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy.
There are people who prefer chicken McBites, others McNuggets, and some McPieces. But thanks to the spicy, sticky barbecue sauce within the Chicken Deluxe Share Pack, all three have common ground. Chicken and Macca's, together and loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Available after 10:30am for a limited time only.
Cook with the world's best brands at Harvey Norman and receive bonus gift cards on selected cooking appliances valued over $299. Building, renovating, or just updating the heart of your home, shop the very latest technology from the world's best cooking brands like Electrolux, Miele, AEG and Neff, Smeg, Fisher and Paykel, Bosch and Westinghouse. Our range also features Ariston and Falcon, Belling and Ilvy, Euromade and Glemgas. Create your dream kitchen now and receive bonus gift cards on selected cooking appliances. Limited time at Harvey Norman.
Go big at Vodafone and get 40 gigabytes of data for just $40 a month. That's plenty of data to stream, share, and do more of what you love. And don't forget, you can pair this amazing plan with one of our great value 5G phones. There's never been a better time to upgrade. Why wait? Get into store or go online and connect to Vodafone today. Offer available until withdrawn on our Lite Plus plan. Our 5G network is rolling out in selected areas and major cities. Check website for coverage. T&Cs apply.
Need a new hose, a pump, or maybe a new fridge for your caravan? We've even got those little thingamajigs you can't find anywhere else. So for all your caravan parts and accessories needs, see ourvanrv.com.au.
Ultimate Wood Heaters and Illusion Gas Log Fires Red Hot Fire Sale! We're on fire with Australian-made wood heaters from $7.99. Gas Log Fires from a smoking $19.99. Ultimate and Illusion, Dandenong, Epping and North Geelong. illusionfires.com.au.
Hey Australia, use your phone a lot? Banking, working, checking in, guessing that last letter in today's puzzle? Well, if you're looking for a new mobile provider, make the switch to iiNet. Named Money Magazine's best value high usage mobile plans for 2022. Plus, a huge 50% off all mobile plan fees for the first 6 months. So call 13 19 17 or head online to switch today. New iiNet mobile customers only. T's and C's apply.
It's value the Australian way at Coles with great fresh specials this week. Like juicy Royal Gala apples, 100% Aussie and just $2.50 a kilo. This week at Coles. Offer ends Thursday.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Straight after this game, Triple M continues to rock footy.
That is as good as you'll see!
Join the Temper Mattress call team for the D's and Hawks. For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy. From a crack in your deck to your floor or even your walls, you'll find the right filling application from the Timbermate Group.
Work that perfectly.
Triple M rocks footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
Shut up! The
Triple M rocks footy.
This halftime break for Bosch 18-volt bi-turbo brushless tools. One battery, corded power, backed by a 6-year warranty guarantee.
We are at GMHBA Stadium, where it is Geelong and Fremantle locked in a real arm wrestle. It's currently the Cats 5-1-31, tied with the Dockers 4-7-31 here down on a blustery day at the Cattery. The wind has been swirling around everywhere. I'm Jay Clark. We've got Bernie Vince, the former Melbourne and Adelaide superstar, to analyse what has been a very tight and contested fair, Bernie, because it's fair to say in the first 10 minutes of this match, the Cats jumped out of the blocks, didn't they? Put on 3 quick goals. Fremantle a bit shell-shocked, but have slowly but surely clawed back into this game, and at half-time, 31 points each. Justin Longmuir must take this.
Oh, yeah, and as you said, Geelong, it was all Geelong in the first 7, 8, 9 minutes, and we thought, oh, well, it's a big test for Fremantle coming down to the Cattery today, and we'll know more about them after this game. It was just like, oh, no, the Cats have turned it up, and Fremantle aren't able to go with them. Obviously missing Taberner, Sean Darcy, Nat Fyfe still not back in this side. So got some key players missing too. So we thought, oh, well, the Cats are going to be too good. But then for some reason, they just lifted their intensity around the stoppage, the tackle pressure and their pressure around the ground. They started defending the ground really well too. And in that second quarter, absolutely dominated the quarter. At one stage, Ash said there was 70% of time in forward half Fremantle. So they were able to, first of all, win it from stoppage and then lock it in really well. Their defenders, Cox is not a big name in the AFL. Cox and Logue and these guys, unbelievable the way they come off their man and help each other and just lock it in. And it just is such an even team, Fremantle. It's probably, I think, the third game I've done of Fremantle this year. And I just love the evenness across the board. There's a lot of chat, I know, and everyone likes chatting about the stars. And Andy Brayshaw is one that gets spoken about a lot and is a star, so he deserves that. But like, he just fits in as well. He's just another number out there, and they just work for each other, and they don't rely on too few. So I just really like what I'm seeing here from Fremantle. And as I said, dominated that quarter. Probably should be up by 2 or 3 goals to be fair, but they just weren't able to hit the scoreboard. So as we said, I think a little bit of rain maybe starting just to fall a little bit here, Jay-Z. So that'll be interesting to see what that brings in the second half.
Unsurprising, this is a low-scoring first half. We've got Fremantle, one of the best defensive records in the competition against the Geelong side. We know how good they've been defensively for the best part of a decade, so they've had to really work for their shots on goal so far here at the GMHBA Stadium. But you had to take your hat off to the Fremantle midfield, I feel, Burn, because early in the stoppage battle, they were down 11-4, so they were trailing in the clearances by 7. They were copping an absolute pantsing in there. But you look at it's now 18 clearances each. The centre clearances are 5 all. So you feel like Justin Longmuir might have jigged some things in there or fired a rocket, maybe restructured a little bit. But that Fremantle midfield against the Joel Selwood, they're missing Paddy Dangerfield, of course, the Cats, but they've really worked their way back in the contest and shown a lot of grit and determination in there.
Yeah, centre clearances was 4-zip early on, and that was part of that domination by Geelong early. They were able to turn that around, sort of going more one-on-one around the stoppage, it looks like, even centre bounce. So they're just going to a man and not allowing the Cats to walk out almost of the stoppage. It was the ease in which they did it early on. So, I mean, they've been able to, and that's what good sides can do. They can change. It doesn't take until quarter time or half time or at the end of the game to review it for next week. They can change mid-game. And that's a big part of the development of what takes a young side into a really good side. They can make changes on the run, and to be able to do that is that's a sign of maturity of this group.
Jeremy Cameron coming off 7 goals last week loomed as a big danger. Goalless so far. Tommy Hawkins with 2, the main threat so far. This is the halftime break for Bosch Power Tools, of course. Bosch 18-volt bi-turbo brushless tools, 1 battery, corded power, backed by a 6-year warranty guarantee. We are at GMHBA Stadium, where it is Geelong and Fremantle all locked up on 31 points piece. Now, Ash Chill, we know he's the best stats man in the business, has been for at least 2, maybe 3 decades, and he has all the outs.
3.
Is that fair?
I'll take that 3 decades, yeah.
Yeah, he has all the best numbers in the business. What's jumping off the page at you, Ash?
Well, Cats held goalless in that second term. The last time Geelong were held goalless in a quarter at this venue against the Dockers was in the 2013 qualifying final, only the fifth time in their history against Freo. But you spoke about the Dockers' defence. In that second quarter, they restricted Geelong to only 10 entries opposed to 18 in the first, and Cats could only kick one behind for that term. They're number 2 in the comp for scoring efficiency. And the pressure in that last 10 minutes, the Dockers were cracking at 212 to Geelong at 154. The average is 180. But just some leading ball winners for the Cats. 19 to Stewart, 12 to Guthrie. Selwood only 8 and Isaac Smith with 7. But for Freo, Brayshaw with 15, 9 that second quarter. Akers with 14, 9 also in that second term. But Walters and Mundy started to come into that second quarter. Walters was actually statless in that first term, racked up 7 along with 6 marks. Mundy, only 4 in the first quarter. He picked up 7 in that second term. And Lob, Jay-Z in closing, number 1 ranked player. 11 disposals and he's kicked 2 goals, 1.
Yeah, that's very good. Walters' work rate really lifted. You could tell he was very quiet early, but then the effort he was putting in to get either side of the ground, push back and forward, you could tell the message had gone down. And his effort really lifted around the contest late in that second quarter, Bernie.
Yeah, only one touch to quarter time, as mentioned, but he was that real link man that quarter. Had in the end probably 5 or 6 marks as that real link man too, and that's when players are under pressure, when they're exiting D50 with pressure on. You just want an option there. You want an easy option just to find a mark, release all the pressure, and allow the team to reset and get up the ground. So that's a really important role. Tom Lynch of Adelaide was probably the king of it in the connector in the competition. He's been that real connector, especially in that second quarter there. So I'm sure the Cats might tighten up on that a little bit, because if you can just get a punch on that or get that out of bounds, then the Cats can reset too. So it becomes a really important role, and he's done it really well.
Big game for the Dockers today. Gunning for a top berth this year. They've started the season so well. I'm keen to make a statement here against one of the best sides in the competition. Now, Bernie, we like to have some fun here at Triple M. A lot of the other stations very boring. They play very straighty 180, sort of fall asleep at times. But Triple M, we like to have a laugh. No better than the JBBT yourself, Barry Denner, and the King, Wayne Carey, of course. Now, this is one of my favourite segments, the Amy Clangers, who covers Clangers on and off the field. Amy does. Let's see where we found a chuckle in that first half.
Give us some pressure ratings, Two-Man, for Freo. I thought their pressure just there was good, even though they were beaten a couple of times.
Yeah, they're at 191, the Dockers. However, last 10 minutes, 205. The average is 18.
Pearce's kick off the side of the boot was as bad as that pressure rating stuff you dribble out of your mouth. There's now Isaac Smith's got a 55 out, goes short and finds close.
Still trying to get my head around that kick from Pearce.
Yeah,
it's gone right angles. He's been on, I don't know what he's been on, but he's been on fire today, BT.
He certainly
he's
has.
A bit tired.
He hasn't slept. He's come across on the plane. Of course, our friends at Qantas, however, from Perth, but he's been in outstanding touch. It is Fremantle and Geelong on 31 points here at GMHB Stadium. It's Geelong 5 on 31 against the Dockers 4-7-31. We will have the best call, of course, with Barry Denner, BT, the King, Wayne Carey, Bernie Vince. Ashture, of course, has all the best stats. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
That halftime break for Bosch 18-volt bi-turbo brushless tools. 1 battery, corded power. Backed by a 6-year warranty guarantee.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
From a crack in your deck to your floor or even your walls, you'll find the right filling application from the Timbermate Group.
Work that perfectly.
Triple M rocks footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
Triple M is your home of the Marty Sheargold Show.
What do you hope to see just before you die?
Meeting Noni for the first time.
Not what I expect. So scared.
And maybe you go guess meeting Lockie.
Second. A very poor second.
The other half.
The other half. Oh, yeah, look, I preferred meeting my dog, I'm not going to lie.
The Marty Sheargold Show. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's 105.1 Triple M.
This Mother's Day, spoil your mum with a fragrance from Chemist Warehouse.
The Chicken Deluxe Burger at Macca's. Tender Aussie chicken in a crunchy coating with melted cheese, tomato and aioli. It's all the best bits in one delicious place. Chicken and Macca's, together and loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Available after 10:30am for a limited time only.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. Builders are currently being hit with stock shortages and massive price increases. At National Tiles, we've addressed these 2 key issues. Firstly, We've filled our warehouses to the brim with stock to ensure you get your tiles when you need them. And like we've done for over 42 years, we're keeping our prices as low as possible. So for immediate stocks of the very best tiles at the very lowest prices, rush into National Tiles now and save.
I love Maysim. Luke. Unlimited data banking. I think I'm in love. Thanks, Maysim. Megan.
Maysim, the telco that keeps on giving. Choosing you guys was one of the best decisions I've ever made. Levi.
Best telco around. Most of my friends and family use it. Wendy.
Love you, Maysim. I've been here for a good decade and I'm hanging around. Ruth.
Maysim, the most loved telco ever. Start your love affair today.
Your thoughts, dreams, nightmares. What if they weren't just yours? What if you weren't only who you thought you were? There's chaos in you. Witness the sinister side of the MCU with Marvel Studios' new mind-bending series, Moon Knight. New episode Wednesday night on Disney+.
When you can't get off-site, AEG OnSite brings the tool shop to you. Fast quotes, custom deals for your trade, even transact on the spot. Get AEG OnSite on demand. Visit aegonsite.com.au.
From a crack in your deck to your floor or even your walls, you'll find the right filling application from the Timbermate Group.
Work that perfectly.
Triple M rocks footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
Melbourne's Triple M, the home of the Marty Sheargold Show. Live weekday mornings from 6.
Hi there, David Dolan here with your news briefing. $10 would be shaved off the cost of medicines for conditions like blood pressure and pain relief under a re-elected coalition government. Scott Morrison making the promise today while campaigning in Tassie. The change would kick in from next year. Pharmacy Guild of Australia President Trent Toomey says the savings will go a long way.
Accessing a bulk billing doctor is important. Having an emergency department there when we need it is important. But if we can't afford the treatment that is prescribed, then we are going to add to the pressure of those other two elements of the healthcare system.
While Labor's promised to set up a royal commission into robo-debt, which Anthony Albanese has described as a human tragedy. Health experts have come across two new COVID variants in Australia, with one describing them much stronger than the current dominant strain. A traveller from South Africa entered New South Wales with the BA4 subvariant of Omicron, the first known case of its kind in the country. Prince William has thanked Aussies who gave a helping hand during the recent flood disaster in New South Wales. The Duke of Cambridge has appeared on a video call overnight with first responders and community leaders. He says their hard work is just incredible.
Well done in looking after your team, for getting everyone to do a sterling job and getting as many people out as possible.
And Ian Chesterman has been elected to replace John Coates as Aussie Olympic boss. He was our chef de mission at the Tokyo Games.
The Fork Festival is on right now. Get up to 50% off at loads of irresistible Melbourne restaurants. Download the Fork app and book now. T's and C's apply.
Remaining fine down to 11 degrees in Melbourne tonight, partly cloudy tomorrow and a top of 20, and looking overcast for Monday. Our listener app is the new home of Triple M. Join up to listen live or on demand now.
Shut up! The footy's on
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams and a huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
Half-time break coming to a close. Scores dead level here at GMHBA Stadium between the Cats and the Dockers. 31 apiece at half-time. And, of course, half-time brought to us by Bosch Power Tools. Bosch 18-volt bi-turbo brushless tools, one battery, corded power, backed by a 6-year warranty guarantee. Best in the business. Brian Taylor's here this afternoon with the Duck and Burn. And
now, I thought one of the funny happenings at half-time was when Bernie asked Duck whether he'd like a drink, and he'd go and get him a drink.
Yes.
He said yes. And as Bernie was halfway out the door, Duck also said, grab yourself a personality. We thought that was, well, quite good. And a little message coming through on Tinder that we said that Duck was, sitting down in the commentary box there while we were all standing.
Little message come across on Tinder.
Someone from Tinder said,
I'm not on Tinder.
Never sat down at the nightclub. Always on his feet. They said on Tinder too, they said on his tippy toes.
You talk some rugby.
And by the way, we know Jay-Z's just got back from holidays.
Yeah, North Noosa.
And we've been perusing the Insta.
Yes.
And there's a lot of shots of him and family, which is all well and good.
It's lovely,
when you try and insert yourself as the...
you're using your kids. You're using your kids as a prop.
You're using his kids as a prop. That's exactly what he's been doing to make himself look better. This is it's close to child abuse.
He does a lot of...
and I noticed the kid's always well positioned in front of his tummy.
There's your water duck. Couldn't find a personality. We'll see how we go.
Choice Hotels around the grounds. Ash, need a break. Book direct and save with Choice Hotels. ChoiceHotels.com. What's happening?
24 minutes in the second quarter. Giants by 59 over the Crows. 11-7-73. Adelaide 2-2-14. Toby Green, 4 goals, 1.
And where are we going after this one, Ash? Where are we heading?
MCG Baz, Melbourne taking on the Hawks.
What about Meek just asking umpire Fisher whether he's going to bounce it? I would suggest Meekie. Just try and get your hands on it, mate.
This scoreboard this quarter by Beacon Trade, of course, supporting traders with over 120 stores nationwide, expert trade teams and exclusive trade services. A huge range of lights, fans and electrical accessories, making every tradie's job easier. Beacon Trade, let's make light work.
Ready to go, second half, scores level. Fisher to bounce it in the middle, and he does very, very nicely. Meek, beautiful tap down the middle. Tried to run after, but tripped over his own feet. Stanley went and got it. Handball went nowhere. And a free kick will go Switkowski's way here. Peels off the handball to Brayshaw. Immediately an entry inside 50. They're on the attack here, Freo. Deep ball, comes off hand. Walters, funneled out the handball. Brayshaw went when no one other would. Got the handball to Buse. Buse to Guthrie. Guthrie out the back door to Stewart. Now Stewart's under pressure and he decides not to pick it up because if he did, Collier was all over him, goes over the line out of bounds.
4-7 to 5-1, and at 4-7 is the Dockers and scores dead level, 31 apiece, seconds into the third term.
They've turned the lights on here because it's dark, and that meant there's no power left for the scoreboard here.
That's gone.
They only have a certain amount of power down here of generation, Baz.
Oh, little snap off hands it fell to Tucker, and he snaps BT from the left forward pocket and puts the first goal on the board of the second half. 5-7-37 to 5-1 at 31. And that is the score on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. The Dockers are up by 6 points.
Well, already they've sent a signal to the Cats. Their attack on the footy, we saw there with the Harvey Norman. We don't normally see a fumble from Joel Selwyn. What that did is that brought the pressure from Fremantle. But go back to the centre bounce. Big Meek got the tap, followed it up, slipped over, but just their attack. Brayshaw hit it really hard, forward handball, and then their pressure from that point on. So this is a really sharp start from Freo.
Kicked 5 of the last 7 goals, and well, there's a real power outage here at the moment. It's the outside perimeter piping, advertising electronically.
My internet's gone off.
The scoreboard's gone, and I hope the lights don't blow. It is a real power shortage down here at the moment at Geelong, and off hands they go. Geelong heading with a slight breeze to the city into the ground here in the third quarter. They're starting to crack in as well. When will they wake up that this team wearing purple are not too bad? Let's get down to you, Jay-Z, for Bob Jane T.
Gee, it's quiet too down here. All voice and sting taken out of the crowd. They shush the Geelong crowd, the Dockers.
The Insta-dad. That was Jay-Z.
Yes. Bob Jane Team Arts by a set of 4 Monster wheels and off-road tyres and entered to win an Austrac Telegraph X-Camper trailer. And a free kick on the wing out of side is to Collier for the Dockers, the former bomber. And he goes long with a 40-metre drop punt towards half forward. Off hands to Sarong. Hand pass back towards Tucker. Goes back inboard to O'Driscoll. Hand pass to Brayshaw. He's forward to the centre. Now he loads up to full forward. Schultz was underneath it, but it was slapped away from him out of bounds by the big man Blitzarves in the right forward pocket for the Dockers.
Well, in the end, it was the wrong decision. I know Schultz had the room, but Blitzarves was always going to get him in the air, wasn't he?
Poor kick, though, from Brayshaw, wasn't it?
Not great, but I don't think it would have mattered where it went.
Blitzarves 198, Schultz 178. That's taller, bro.
Free kick, yeah. Differential there is different.
20.
Guthrie. To O'Connor. How many's he had today? O'Connor, Ash, for Geelong as it goes over the line and out of bounds.
Yeah, just the 4 touches.
Yeah, it's been quiet. We'll throw it in. Defensive half-back flank here for the Cats, who are under purple haze pressure. There's a real waft of it channeling through the stadium here at the moment. Duck sitting for this quarter. We're all standing, and he's doing the opposite to what he did in his 20s, where he used to stand a lot. Twinkle toes. Boundary throw in here, half forward. Once again for Fremantle. Look at the boundary umpire whip it back into action. Blitzars to Guthrie. Guthrie got rid of it, knew he was tackled. Underneath was Selwood. He deliberately threw himself forward, wanted the free, and that was a fakie. And well done to umpire John Howarth, not falling for it there, Baz.
Yes, he didn't, and he threw it up in the air. There's about 8 players around it at the bottom of the pack. Guthrie, one of those, sort of ran the hand pass along the ground, along the boundary line to Higgins. Jordan Clark was right with him. He put the body pressure on to force the ball out of bounds. So halfway between wing and half forward for the Dockers on the outer side of the ground. They go to the right of our broadcast.
Did we say we had a little bit of precipitation at halftime, Baz?
A little bit, yeah, there was a little bit. And settled it again now. And the Dockers now, a long ball through Clark, a high one to full forward. Lobbs worked off it by De Koning. The young man does well with a hand pass to Colin Jasney, hand pass to Ove Smith, hand pass to O'Connor. Now out of trouble, a little short ball to Stengel, who goes to his knees and marks a true centre-half back for the Cats.
He does, takes plenty of time to kick while Isaac Smith is appealing for the free, nothing forthcoming down the field, and goes sideways to Stewart. And that little bit of precipitation will make the construction area muddier.
Yes.
So, gee, if a ball goes in there now, Duck will be really concerned that we'll never be able to use it again.
They've actually put dirt in those puddles now.
Despite a truckload of leather conditioner arriving here at half-time, just in case, we're going to be in trouble with balls. They go. Stengel out the back, almost through it. Higgins just weaves through traffic.
That's holding the ball.
Under the tackle to Cox, put his arm up, and should have been.
Well, that's the one.
Went to fend off, didn't he?
And BT, we keep talking about this week after week. We got given that example at the start of the year and was told that would be holding the footy.
Yep. Geelong's last goal coming 27 minutes into the first quarter. We're 5 or 6 minutes now into the third quarter. Akers on the wing goes forward looking for lob, got hopelessly under the ball, allowed the Koning out the back, but he's confronted as well. It was almost a takeaway win by Schultz. Ball goes over the line out of bounds. Fremantle have it locked in their 50.
Gee, their pressure is huge, isn't it? You can just see why. I know we've spoken about it numerous times in the first half, but they've come with the real pressure at the start of this third term, Fremantle.
Triple M Seabus Super special comments. The Duck and Burn. Seabus Super making hard work pay off. Boundary throw in. Dockers search again. Ground level ball. Hand passed or punched up by Akers to Mundy. His hand pass has been slapped out of bounds. So another boundary throw in. Still on their forward 50. The Giants absolutely smashing the Crows, Ash, over in Adelaide.
They are nearing half time. They're up by 59 points over the Crows.
That's your choice hotels around the grounds.
Half time.
And it's punched towards the boundary line again and out of bounds. So slow start to the third term here. Still 65 away from the Dockers goal.
Yes, look, Baz, it's been a delightful game, but it's been in short supply of super-duper pieces of play, I guess. But nevertheless, close, entertaining. Fremantle have hit the front for the first time in this third quarter. They're just a goal up. Scoreboard's down. Power problems here. People attending to that. Umpire pays a free. It'll go Fremantle's way here. Switkowski, point of the square at half forward. Tui shakes his head. That's almost dissent. Thank goodness they've backed off that rule. Switkowski now goes deep. Lob's going to be caught a little bit short. De Koning went athletically over the top with a spoil. Smith pulled it in. He'll need to knock it out now. He'll get picked there. Oh, he was very close because he did suck it in and he refused to spit it out.
Yes, he did. Falls right up in the air. Meek in the ruck. Tries to slap it towards the Dockers goal. They defend hard here, the Cats. They're under pressure. Another ball up, as BT said. The Dockers have hit the front for the first time. Up by 6 points. Early stages, third term. 7.5 minutes into it. Ball thrown in the air again, and players from both sides just wrestle with the footy in between them. So you just sense right at the moment that the game is right on, 40 metres out from the Dockers goal.
Yep. Stevic to throw it up. Joining Duck in the seating position now is Bernie. The two specials are sitting down. Here's Tui through traffic to Duncan. Had a bit of a half fitness test, I think, as Jay-Z reported. He may not have. Ryan stepped over the line, centre wing, but They are having trouble getting it in their half of the ground here in this third quarter, Ash.
Yeah, spot on. The inside 50s 5-0 Dockers way.
No, I was thinking more time in forward half as well, Ash.
Yeah, time in forward half. They're going at 87% Freo.
Yeah, wow, that would have been more impressive stats. That's what Ethan would have gone with. Red Z lending loans for the self-employed, Ash. Don't let him undermine you. Opportunity here for Akers, who took a long time to muscle it out, and eventually he's been pinged, and the free kick will go the way of the Cats just when Fremantle look to be taking it away.
So they pulled one out like that and let 12 go prior.
And it was a very late whistle as well. Stengel kicks into the man on the mark in Akers. Mundy happy to take it over the line. So they are fighting for everything here, Fremantle, at the moment.
8 tackles to 2 this quarter. Make that 9.
Harvey Norman replay there as Akers goes straight to the bench from where the ball went. He's gone for a left. Harvey Norman receive a bonus gift card on selected cooking appliances. Conditions apply. Boundary throw in. Whistles flying off everywhere here. Umpires both raising their arms free to the Dockers. It's going to go to Brayshaw. So Brayshaw at half-back with a 6-point lead they have. 5-7-37. Plays 5-1-31. Brayshaw kicks just forward of the wing. Atkins got a big fist on it for the Cats, and he's killed the footy out of bounds just forward of the wing for the Dockers broadcast side of the ground.
Brayshaw impressive, but we spoke about the captaincy opportunity for him in the future, Duck. It is true that you can't turn up with a small man as captain, isn't it?
185, that's not too small.
Bob Jane T-Mars, Jay-Z.
Max Holmes is wearing a moon boot. Down here, Baz, who's subbed off at quarter time with an ankle injury, now in a moon boot.
Oh, thank you, Jay-Z. Picked up here, a little poker from Sarong. Got it deep into the square mark, taken deep by Kolajasny. Good defender, Kolajasny. Short to Stewart. They've been quiet today, on the Red Z lenders. Tom Stewart.
He's had 20 touches.
Okay, not that quiet.
Best on ground.
Pocket, just a wild guess. Maybe.
Really whacked that one.
I wasn't calling when he got it. Because I don't remember mentioning him too many times. Anyway, a boundary throw in half forward for the Fremantle Dockers. They lead it. It's 37 plays 31. It's a goal the difference. Fremantle really hanging on here.
They are. As Blitzar slaps it side of the pack to Higgins, but it's a big pack and tackles late. O'Driscoll hit the deck. What's the umpire think? Free to the Cats. The tackle was good.
I'm going to sit down too, Baz.
All right. Last man standing. As Higgins kicks across the wing outer side of the ground. And he goes towards Hawkins, but he couldn't control it. Jordan Clark put his head over the footy. Pearce tries to barge through it, slapped out of his hands. Big Lob's got to work like a midfielder, put his head over it in front of 3 Cats midfielders, and eventually the ball is pushed out of bounds halfway between wing and half forward for the mighty Cats, who trail by 6 points on their home ground. 11 minutes third term. Beacon Trade scoreboard.
This is commonly called a stalemate. And it's really stale right now. Not much happening. Off hands it comes. Immediately forward go the Dockers from Brodie, who's been impressive today. To Koning, kept it alive. Little up and under handball. Kolajasny involved as well. Getting through traffic. Brilliantly done here by the Cats. And a nice ball goes down the ground. Picked up in the end by Close. Close handball over the top. Dalhouse now. Long ball. Got it in there to Dempsey. Tried to zig and zag. Dalhouse had to go back and earn it all over again. All of this on their half-forward line. And Fremantle have a in. They get it 35 metres out of the way. Crashing in was De Koning. It made no difference as Fremantle went forward. But in doing so, they've kicked the ball out of bounds on the wing.
And O'Connor will drop back for the Cats and take the footy. As BT said, just a real arm wrestle sort of third quarter here. 12 minutes in. O'Connor had to run a long way back to pick up the footy. No one there. Had to do his own work. Now claims it. The umpire calls time back on. Short kick inboard to Duncan. So Mitch Duncan will kick across half back. Gives it to Stewart. Stands alone. He'll bring it out here to the broadcast wing where Kolajasny has made position. And the delivery was good. And drops back and takes the mark. So they build again, Geelong. Drop punt, just forward of the wing. Back of the pack, Hughes will track it. Whistle goes. And a free kick to the Cats in the marking contest. Blitzarves to take it just inside the boundary on the wing, right in front of J.Z. Clark.
Blitzarves, exactly where you said, strangely enough, Baz. Blitzarves looking to go deep inside 50 with a high ball. Here comes Cameron. Has a bit of a bo peep at what's in front. Been quite his day for him today, Cameron. Myers Picked up in the end by Clark. The former Cat. Higgins piles on the tackle here, and Fisher says, we'll ball it up 48 metres out from Geelong City end goal in this third quarter. Just the one goal in the quarter kicked by Fremantle's Tucker put the Dockers in front for the first time. Look at Lobb push Hawkins out of the way, and Hawkins grabbed him by the leg, trying to give away the professional free. In the meantime, Mundy has gone. He got it to Switkowski. Switkowski to Frederick. Double banger leap, almost pulled it in. Frederick is then battles at ground level, and Blitzarves makes sure it doesn't come out. We'll have a ball up on centre wing.
BT, Andrew Brayshaw, 185 centimetres. Joel Selwood, 183. Most captain of all time.
Oh, no.
Duck been working on that for a long time.
He just whispered to me, watch this, I've got him.
Michael Voss, 183.
Oh, boy, yeah.
Higgins kicks Geelong to centre half forward.
Just when you turn up with a little prawn and you poke your nose around the door and say, I'm the captain. It just doesn't look right.
Tony Shaw, premiership captain.
Yeah.
Sam Mitchell, premiership captain. Boomer Harvey, games record, but at 102 centimetres.
It's to Akers. Akers off the wing for the Dockers. Kicks to Tracy at half forward. He got a shove or a... advantage paid. Switkowski's run to 25. Everyone stopped and he just kicks the goal. Dockers out to a 12-point lead here. They go to 6-7-43. Geelong 5-1-31. And that's 14 and a half into the third term. Starting to get a little bit serious for the Cats. Beacon Trade Scoreboard supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams and a huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
And once again, Bernie, built off the back of pressure.
Yep.
I mean, it's been enormous here from Fremantle. They've just withstood a little bit of time in the Cats' half, but then able to just take it to the other end and kick a clever goal.
Are they suffocating?
They are. They're out pressuring the Cats at the moment. And the most recent BT, Trent Cotchin, 3 times premiership captain at 185.
Still going.
At 185 also.
Want to go back to Bob Skilton?
Yeah, Bob Skilton also at 165. Oh boy.
Oh boy, yeah. well.
Triple Brownlow medalist.
Yes, Stanley works it down. Brayshaw.
There he is on cue.
Yeah, very small. Little kick along the ground. Gate 10. Schultz gathers the football, throws it out the back. Low. Nice handball to Mundy. Mundy concedes a little bit of ground, but buys time and space for Aish. Backward of the centre circle. Horrible kick. High off the leg. Tui got a bit of a nudge under the footy. Umpire says get on with it as Akers took the mark. Plays on, goes inside 50. Look at the nudging going on down there. Oh, the big blue with the big chest. Tracy. Kick it, goal. It's there again. They get another one. I think it was Frederick, was it? And he does. They've got 4, 5 in a row here, Freo, and they lead by 3 goals.
Unbelievable. And again, you talk about that suffocating pressure, BT, and sometimes it's not pretty to watch because it's repeat stoppages, it's tackles, it's the stuff we think is boring to watch, but it's actually what a coach loves and what the coaching staff love. They're just doing all the little things right around the stoppage now. Geelong are just can't get any free ball, and that was an ugly sort of ball inside 50, but they just made it work. There were extra numbers around the front of that stoppage. Frederick was able to get hold of it and kick a goal, but this is dangerous territory now for Geelong. They need to really get back into this game because this is slipping away from them very quickly. Haven't had a shot on goal since the first minute of the second quarter, Geelong. In Triple M Red Z, Geelong averaged 15 entries per quarter since quarter time. They've only had 12 to Freo's 22, and they've nailed 4 goals for.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy, Dockers coming to GMHBA Stadium, and at the moment doing well. Selwood gets a free kick in the centre, kick to Stanley at half forward, couldn't mark, off hands to Mundy, hand pass off to Jordan Clark, goes back to Walker by hand and half back for the Dockers, inside their defensive 50, back to Clark, kick outside defensive 50 to O'Driscoll, who kicked a beautiful goal in the first term, and he's marked at half back out of sight of the ground.
He has, very slow getting rid of it, but why not? Kicks it down the line with a little bit of conservative nature about it, and straight down the throat of Tom Stewart. Stewart marks. Had a good day today, Stewart. Just backward of centre wing. Hold to go by the umpire, and he does. Sends it back whence it came. High footy Stanley, got in position to mark, did well. He used the man on the mark rule as well and slide it down to Hawkins. Pearce beat him to the front position. Hawkins was looking for body contact, couldn't find it. And Pearce is marked deep in defence for the Dockers.
Right in front of the construction zone, the city end here at GMHBA Stadium. He goes long to the outer side wing. Offhand Selwood, little hand pass off to Guthrie, but Brayshaw was all over him with a tackle, which was good. Brought him down, so allows the ball to spill to Walker for the Dockers. Kick back towards the wing. Walters was a target, caught behind DeConey, but got back in front of him. Picked it up, clean hands to Brayshaw. They can go here. Hand pass to Tracy, hand pass to O'Driscoll. Runs the boundary line, bouncing footy inside forward 50. O'Connor there first, dragged down in a tackle. Tried to sneak out a hand pass to Atkins. Bursting him off half-back was Stewart, won it for the Cats. Hand pass to Cameron. They've got a few troops behind the ball here as Cameron at half-back for Geelong. Kicks out here to the wing.
He does indeed. Out in front of Stengel. Showed some ball. Did it well. Got around and shoved it down the throat of Dalhouse. Gives it to the running Dempsey. Goes back to Dalhouse with a handball. Dalhouse sideways to Duncan. Duncan, little chip over the top, will go to Higgins. Hawkins could have marked it. Jittery mark from Higgins.
That'll be 50.
Would have liked to seen Hawkins take the mark. Higgins goes to the one-on-one. Stanley over the top. Takes the mark at the top of the square. Just in the nick of time. In desperate need are the Cats. Trailing by 3 goals precisely. Stanley has a chance to make it 2. Stop the run of goals for the Dockers. Stanley to the city end. Top of the square goals. Did his best to miss it, but he got it. And they trail by 12 points on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Take a bow, Stengel.
Yeah,
he was brilliant back here on the half-back flank. Pushed up, had a 2-on-1. The ability to twist and turn, give himself enough room, and then deliver. The perfect kick down the line was superb. And you're right. I thought the mistake of not letting Hawkins mark it, then maybe have a shot, was a mistake. But Higgins knew what he was doing. Got it on quickly. Got it to a 1-on-1 and just put enough flight on that. The Harvey Norman showed us that beautifully, and Harvey Norman also showed it that snuck in.
Oh, the goal umpire did a lot of work.
Very little bit.
Harvey Norman received a bonus gift card on selected cooking appliances. Conditions apply.
I
think we know what you're thinking.
Just not sure of his measurements table.
His lips just seized up.
Where he wanted to go. McDonald's and Reebok water.
I was going to say the hair on.
Yes.
Hair on what?
Triple M Rocks footy. As the ball goes out of bounds on the outer side, that's out of bounds boundary side. Bob Jane T-Marts, Jay-Z.
As I suspect the hands out the scent rule is firmly on the back burner. 5 minutes ago, and Luke Ryan gave away that free kick to Tom Hawkins. He put his hands out, said what was that for, but no 50-metre penalty. So we're hot on it a couple of weeks ago. Might have just softened a touch.
We've dropped off, Jay-Z, but please don't talk it up in your paper, because this is a good thing that it has been dropped and let go. Here goes Isaac Smith launching. Hawkins was in front, couldn't hold the mark, but he's a commanding presence down there. Got bowled over, got an accidental knee to the head. Goes on and he won't let it out. He'll ball it up, but he'll be quite grumpy when he gets back to the feet, because he caught one in the noggin.
And watch him at this throw up.
Right on Alex Pearce too. A couple of great one-on-one wins with Hawkins.
15 metres out from Geelong goal. Look at that. He just shuffled Meek under the footy to no avail though. It's banged on there by the Cats. And Blitzarms picks it up. Left foot goes back inside. Hawkins looking to make body contact again. Guthrie found some speed. So did Dalhouse. Dalhouse, a little poker. Didn't get there. Akers will trap it and keep it alive in the back pocket.
Yeah, he did just, didn't he? And he kicks it outside defensive 50. Real high ball, Tui in a one-on-one with Walters. Just used his body beautifully and took the mark on his chest. 65 out for the Cats.
Sure why Tui would go there, given his kicking prowess.
He went out wide to Duncan. He's on the boundary line, still about 65 out. So he waits for the lead-up player. That's Jeremy Cameron, worked underneath it nicely by Logue. And the ball bounced behind both players and went out of bounds. But it's deep right forward pocket for the Cats. They trail by 12 points, 22 and a half minutes into the third term. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Boundary throw in the Cats. Forward end. Hawkins and Meek will go at it. They're a long way back. No one wants the front spot. Everyone wants to get there late. Meek took it in the end. Gave the little handball off. Pearce to Brayshaw. Brayshaw's kick was smothered mid-air by Isaac Smith. Went and got it. Cameron dispossessed in the tackle. Holding the ball was good tackle by Aish. And now running away from the pack is Tucker. Tucker goes wide and finds Schultz. Schultz at a half back for Freo.
Just stands flat-footed, called to play on now. Low drop punt to the wing towards Walters. He's worked under it. The umpire didn't like it. And let's go back to Walter. Does the footy. So he onto his left boot. Real low drop punt to Frederick, who led off half forward, and he's got it 65 out. Open forward line. He's only got Collier deep.
Lobb's worked hard back again.
Yeah, he's ran back now. So hand pass off to Walters. Short ball into the pocket to Schultz. Spalled out of his hands. Isaac Smith's under pressure with a hand pass. Smothered. Brody's got it. Hand pass Collier. 40 out from the Dockers goal. Brayshaw got it by hand. And a short kick to Aish. He's marked it true centre-half forward directly in front. He'd have to kick it about 54 metres.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he turned his back.
He could have kept going.
Well, he should have at least turned around, looked for options. I know the Cats already had numbers back, but now he's looking around everywhere, wants to give it off. He hasn't got the distance, I don't think.
As the Duck said, his eyes are darting left and right. There's not a lot of movement. It's all stagnant. So now he has to take responsibility. 53-metre drop punt, and it's short. And punts through for a rushed point. So the Dockers out to a 13-point lead. 7-8-50 to 6-1-37 the Cats. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard 24.5 third term.
Let's go around the grounds. Choice Hotel, Ash.
Half-time, Giants by 59 points over the Crows.
So we're going after this, Ash.
Melbourne versus Hawthorn at the BT. Oh, in trouble. Oh, no. He's done it again. Oh, no. Billy.
He's got some more hair than Bill.
Billy.
You're a little man,
The papers have been officially stamped.
Bring on Ethan. Ewan.
Hasn't been happy with the Ethan call, so he's just dropped you.
Sort of flipped now.
He's at half back.
I reckon that was a deliberate.
Yeah, I was stamping his authority.
Really cheeky from the fridge operator. Kamala Jazz. Taken away by Akers. Marks runs the full journey. 52 out. He's got it. Big play. Play of the day from the Fremantle Dockers. And they surge to 56. Geelong 37 on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well, it was a turnover, wasn't it? Coming out of D50. They just defend the ground. Look at the way that on the Harvey Norman just came off his man, Blake Acres, just kept watching the footy. They're all about team, the Dockers. He just came off his man. As soon as Colin Jasney's eyes went down to kick it, knew he was going to kick it, come off his man, intercepted, and this is the best bit. Ran in, said, right, I'm going to have a shot on goal. Didn't have many other options inside 50 and went bang from about 55.
They've actually got this team, watching them live, PT, genuine speed all over the ground.
They're
haven't they? Even their big guys have got speed.
Love their colour.
Yeah,
purple.
You like the colour, purple.
It's a real insight.
We're talking about it all day.
He's still flat with the Billy
McDonald's and Room Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy.
Lovely.
There's another purple team that has a pretty...
Yes. Blitz halves out of the centre to Guthrie. The Cats can go here. Wide ball to big Tommy Hawkins. Just a bit too high for him, and Pearce made sure he didn't get near it. The ball slapped out of bounds in the left forward pocket for the Cats. Don't forget at Macca's, the McDonald's My Macca's rewards have arrived. Order via the My Macca's app and score rewards points today.
Construction into the ground in front of the beautiful Caterpillar 345 GCs down there. 25-tonner bucket. Look at Hawkins out the back door to Parfitt. He's caught in the tackle, dispossessed. Guthrie got the little handball deliberately along the ground to Higgins. Higgins got it to close. He backs up, goes backwards with another handball here to Atkins. Sold some candy nicely. Brings it in on the right boot, looking to go into the pocket over line, out of bounds. Right in front of those magnificent excavators.
BT, inside 50s are pretty similar. Geelong 35, Fremantle 34, but defensive tackles 14 to 8. So nearly double Fremantle.
So the Cats an opportunity here. I'd love one before three-quarter time. And in the ruck, it's tapped down towards Pearce, who hand pass off to Cox.
Couple short of double.
And he goes long.
I said nearly.
As Colin Jasmine marks close to the boundary line, or he juggled it, then it hit the deck. So the umpire, good call, it'll ball it up right on the line.
All right. So here we go.
You're still upset about the Cats.
Yeah. Time in forward half, please. Choose.
It's 46% Geelong, 54 to the Dockers, BT.
Okay, starting to even the ledger a little here. A little slow there, Ash. Blitzarve sideways to Stewart. Stewart told to go, not far enough now. Blitzarve looked back in the centre square, nothing there, so he goes boundary. Stewart's got a bit of time now, goes with a deep ball, overrunning it. It's Cameron Hawkins at the back. Just judged it better than anyone else. He's deep in the pocket. It's a difficult kick for a left or right swinger.
It's the Gary Rowan pocket.
But he's got a right pushing wind. So work that out. He's a left to righter with a right pushing wind.
And he's deciding whether to kick around the body or drop punt.
He is, and he was looking to go around the body, and I think that's the way he'll go.
Yeah.
He will, so he's going to snap it around the body. I wonder what was going through his head there, Byrne, whether it was distance or wind or what it was.
Wind and the grandstand being down.
Okay.
Thanks,
Around
Byrne.
the corner he goes, got it on the near side. You must aim at the far goalpost if you're going to be a snapper.
Sorry, Byrne.
And just the minor score, so 28 3/4 minutes have ticked over in this quarter. It's 56 Freo, 38 Geelong on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Byrne had a little jelly baby in his mouth, so I thought.
I didn't know what I was going to say, actually, by the way.
Fullback.
What was the end result? Win?
Fullback for the Dockers, kick to the wing, and Stewart's taking the mark. He'll send Geelong back to half forward here. Nice pass to Parfitt, who marks 52, 53 metres out. Bouncing around on his toes, wants someone to present. Cameron, he's kicked two out wide. It's a bouncing footy. Picks it up just inside the boundary line. Hand pass outside forward, 50 to Guthrie. Back to Cameron, who's running away from goal. And now a 20-metre hand pass away from goal onto the wing to Stewart. Now a kick back inside to Myers. It was a drilling, searching ball, and well read by Myers, who marks 47 out on a slight angle.
Just a little lesson, when Parfitt took that mark and he bounced around looking for players coming from behind for a handball rather than turn and move the ball quickly forward.
Yep.
That's the mistake he made, and that's why they ended up not hitting a target.
Retreated. Couple of good inside 50 kicks, the last two from Stewart.
Grind Myers. The Cats have been pushing late in the third term. Drop punt, he gives it everything he's got and he's hooked it. So it's 6-3-39 Geelong, 8-8-56 Fremantle. And we've just ticked over 30 minutes into the third term. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
I know over his career he's pretty accurate from set shots, Stu, man, but
25-10.
for some reason, just in recent times, it hasn't looked like it. That didn't look like it. That looked ugly.
It's always gone with that kick around the corner. I've never liked it, but it seems to work for him.
So a 17-point margin here within about 30 seconds of free-quarter time. Higgins, little one in there. Atkins, mongrel kick inside to that man they were just talking about in Myers. Blitzarve's got the front and centre, was knocked away from him. The Dockers fighting hard, but they maintain it in their 50, the Cats.
I'll tell you what else they do, BT, in their defence, is when it's their turn to spoil, they spoil aggressively.
Yeah.
And big.
The ball up here, right on the Geelong attacking 50. Just not that long left in the quarter. Comes to Aish around the corner, and the mark is taken by De Koning, but three-quarter time siren has sounded. It was a good one from Fremantle. They kicked 4 goals to Geelong's 1, and they lead it by 17 points here at three-quarter time. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks Geelong footy.
That quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams and a huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
My Macca's Rewards has arrived. Order via the My Macca's app and score rewards points today. From a crack in your deck to your floor or even your walls, you'll find the right filling application from the Timbermate Group.
Work that perfectly.
Triple M rocks footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Every team needs a good coach.
The more you have invested, the less you are to surrender.
Sometimes a good coach needs brutal honesty.
Some blokes are quick, but they can't play.
And in Ross Lyon, Triple M's Sunday Rub has one of the best.
What does that say about the comp? Someone kicks 3 goals in a game as a key forward. He's always playing the comp.
Join the Temper Mattress call team tomorrow from 1 for the Doggies and Bombers. For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy.
Listen up, Kogan Mobile have an awesome offer for you to make the switch to Kogan Mobile today.
Kogan Mobile's small 365-day plan now costs just $99 for 12 months with a monster 100 gig of data.
That's 365 days of Kogan Mobile for just $99. That's under $9 a month.
Kogan Mobile Mobile's 365-day plan. It's worth making the switch and is very good on the pocket.
Make the switch today and visit at koganmobile.com.au/radio. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the sound of Julian's bargain price vacuum with deep express suction. This is the sound of Julian trying to fix his bargain price vacuum, which infuriates him deeply. Yes, this is the sound of bargain regret. When it comes to the important stuff, like insurance, don't risk it. Go to Amy instead, who offers great value cover you won't regret. Amy does. Before buying insurance issued by AAI Limited Trading as Amy, read the PDS at amy.com.au. TMD also available.
Ultimate Wood Heaters and Illusion Gas Log Fires Red Hot Fire Sale. We're on fire with Australian-made wood heaters from $7.99. Gas Log Fires from a smoking $19.99. Ultimate and Illusion, Dandenong, Epping and North Geelong. illusionfires.com.au.
$1 mattress upsize deal now at Harvey Norman. Purchase a selected Australian-made queen-size mattress from King Coil, Sealy Posturepedic, Sleepmaker or Beauty Rest, and for $1 more, upgrade to a king size. Now's the time to update your mattress and support local manufacturers and buy Australian-made. That's right, purchase a selected Australian-made queen mattress and for $1 more, upgrade to a king size. $1 mattress upsize deal. On now at Harvey Norman.
When I got COVID, staying hydrated and bed rest were all I needed.
Me, I just needed some medicine delivered from the chemist.
When I felt anxious about my symptoms, Nurse On Call really put my mind at ease.
And when I got a little short of breath, I phoned my GP for more advice.
Vaccinations provide good protection against COVID-19, meaning many of us can safely recover at home. Get the right help for your recovery at coronavirus.vic.gov.au. Authorised by the Victorian Government, Melbourne.
Start your Lego Masters journey at Kmart. Explore our Lego range and get building at home with your family. We're proudly sponsoring Lego Masters on 9. At Kmart, we believe in low prices for life.
From a crack in your deck to your floor or even your walls, you'll find the right filling application from the Timbermate Group.
Work that perfectly.
Triple M rocks footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M.
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks three-quarter time football here. It is a 17-point margin in favour of Fremantle. 8-8-56 leading Geelong. 6-3-39. Ash with the Red Z Lenders. Ash with the Red Z Lenders.
Brayshaw leading ball winner for the Dockers at 23 touches. And Tom Stewart, he's racked up 28 for Geelong, most on the ground.
Bob Jane team arch, Jay-Z.
Joel Selwood had steam coming from his ears at the three-quarter time huddle, got all the Geelong players together and seemed to be indicating that he wanted them to go, get on your bike. He said, hit the accelerator. Looked at Mark O'Connor, said something to him. It seemed like Isaac Smith and Mitch Duncan also got some words. So he wants their prime playmakers to really run and carry the footy and go more quickly. He was not happy, the Geelong captain, at three-quarter time. Tom Hawkins also said some words, and Chris Scott went straight over to the forward group. So they've kicked 6 goals for the day. It's been a disappointing performance from the attacking setup, and he seemed to be talking to the forwards about some sort of restructure or uplift in intensity.
Jay-Z down there really getting behind the Cats there.
Ad-libbing.
Choice hotels around the ground, please, Ash.
BT, it's the Giants by 67 points over the Crows early into the third quarter.
And we're going to, after this, around the grounds, Ash.
MCG, Melbourne versus Hawthorn.
There's Bernie and Dark, Seabar Super Special comments, making hard work pay off.
I just want to go back to Two-Man. And Fremantle have been really solid in the last quarters. I reckon they might have won every last quarter. Two-man.
Spot on, Duck.
So they did outscore St Kilda in that game that they lost.
You're exactly right. They kicked 2 goals, 3 to Saints 1-1.
And that's the running ability that I talk about, BT. And from memory, Geelong have won 3 of their 6. So this is a massive last quarter for the Cats. They don't lose many down here, and huge for Fremantle. This will give this side the confidence to have beaten a top side at this ground. Is huge.
Encyclopedic knowledge.
Absolutely. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. Bounce is good. We're underway in the final term, and the Dockers started leading by 17 points. Selwood who spoke to his teammates at three-quarter time, has heard from Jay-Z, won the first clearance, high kick to half forward, bounced off hands, swooped a bit of magic in traffic, feigned a couple of hand passes, then barrelled it back to half forward for the Dockers. High bounce, 2 underneath it, wins it for his footy club, hand pass to Kolajasny, hand pass to Stewart, back to Kolajasny.
Free kick, Akers.
Little slap over the chops.
He did well, Akers. He read it really nicely. He knew that there was going to be a tap, and he intercepted and got a high one.
So Akers plays on from that free kick on the wing and gets a shallow entry inside 50. Lob almost had it. Blitzarms took it out the back, gave it to Guthrie, gave the old give and go. Blitzarms goes under the tackler. Could have almost been pinged for taking the legs. Handball straight to Ryan of the opposition. Ryan went further afield there looking for Brodie. Busting was Mundy. Free kick. It'll go for a throw to Myers. Grant Myers.
2 players in a row gone to ground. Slippery.
Centre half back, little low bullet out wide. It's horrible down the throat of O'Driscoll of Fremantle.
Yeah, hand passes off to Ryan, who's next to him. Takes a bounce on the wing outer side of the ground. Not going at any pace, just waiting for something to present. Meek had his hand up and the umpire said he'll get a free kick in the marking contest. So big Meek just forward to the wing outer side of the ground. Doesn't go to kick the footy. Hand pass to Ryan, who drives it onto the head of Lobb and worked underneath it nicely by De Koning in the back pocket for the Cats, and he takes a 1 grab mark.
I wonder whether with De Koning they're trying to, drill him in the back end, but eventually he might become a forward. I wonder, what do you think, Bern?
Got good hands, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Someone that can go forward, maybe a swing man, but he's going to be a star of the competition. So
Fremantle dig in here low and trying to muscle the ball out. And peeling for frees. Logue's got it, spun in the tackle, got it off to Meekie. He gives a little handball underground, and now they've got some numbers. Brayshaw tries to draw. He does with a double Drazzler drawer. Kick out wide is very good, and Fremantle take the mark. 35 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
I tell you what, it was clever just to hang on to it for that little bit longer and give it to the right option. So then they're able to deliver to the ball, and he's been lively, Schultz.
So a 17-point margin. This, Ash, to make it a 23-point margin, the biggest margin of the game.
That'd be game high, correct, BT?
And be tough to, be tough to come back. And so a lot hanging and hinging on this kick of Schultz. Lockie Schultz in game 50. 45-metre kick is spot on. Absolutely inch perfect. He gets it. Fremantle get another. They lead by 23. He's got a couple on the Triple M RJ Liquor scoreboard. RJ Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
Big statement there with that shot on goal there from Schultz. All the players came to him, got around him, knew how important that first goal of this last quarter is, and just look a little bit flat now, the Cats going back with the body language just isn't great through the middle of the ground there. Walking wounded, you see here Blixav's limping around, went down before with that ankle, slipped over, but just the pressure again from the Dockers. They're just able to win it back. When Geelong look out, they find a way just to get a hand in. Akers was really important here, just in front of us, doing well.
And it was an ex-Cat that delivered that ball, BT. It was Clark with that dash handball from Brayshaw.
They've dropped the balls a little bit.
For McDonald's and Ream Hotwater, Triple M rocks footy, bounces good again. Guthrie out of the centre will get the clearance for Geelong. Hand pass to Stanley, hand pass to Higgins. Dalehouse in the van, he's got it. Flew sideways, had to wait for it to drop. He's only 25 out, directly in front. And a real opportunity for the Cats here to repel.
A pretty clever mark in the end, because he was waiting for someone else to come up and he wasn't going to go for it. And then realised no one was at the drop of the footy and decided I can mark it. So clever in the end.
Jeremy,
so career set shots, 37 goals, 44 for Luke Dalehouse. No angle from 40, drops it onto his boot and he's got it. Geelong answer real quick. And we're only 4 minutes into the final term. Cats will go to 7-3-45. Freo 9-8-62. Back to 17 points Fremantle's way. Triple M IJ Liquor scoreboard.
Yeah, the Cats with the quick answer. That's the quick reply. That's what they need to do, because that goal before from Schultz was such a critical goal at the time of this game, and that's what they need to do. The Cats just get in quick. Dalehouse started as a sub and just came on, and that's what he needs to do, come on and impact the game. As I said, Duck, pretty good footy smarts there. Went back, thought Hawkins was probably coming out in the lead, decided not to go and went back with the flight. Pretty courageous marking there.
Round the grounds, Ash, Choice Hotels.
Round the grounds, Giants by 79 points over Adelaide, halfway into the third.
Jeez.
Nice old thumping going
Great
on
response from GWS. A lot of talk about Leon Cameron. I reckon he's been super. It just goes to show you they care about the coach.
Geelong down by 17 points here right now to the Fremantle Dockers. Picked up by Parfitt, so an important centre clearance. Dalhouse again underneath this, went back bravely. It spills front and centre to Blitzard. Gave it off to Myers. Myers on the half-forward line, very deep in the pocket. Hawkins! He's marked. Gary Ablett, junior pocket. 35 metres out, right on the boundary line. His bum will be tucked up against the drip tray. And he won't have his normal approach. But his little left to right kick will be suited to this if it's not wind affected with the protection from the players' stand. Hawkins with a big kick. Huge kick.
No more, Jordan.
Can they find some stimulation out of a goal here if he's successful? Hawkins right on the boundary line. Got the left to right working, but too early. And a minor score, so a 16-point margin here now in favour of the Fremantle Dockers. It's only early, 6 minutes into the final quarter.
Ball delivered in quickly. Jordan Clark's got it for the Dockers. He's in the back pocket. It was a short delivery. Now a long ball outside. Defensive 50 close to the boundary line. Touched out of bounds, said the boundary umpire. So he'll be thrown back into play just forward of the wing broadcast side for the Cats. So Geelong coming. 16 points is the margin. 17 at three-quarter time the Dockers way. And they hang on to a 16-point lead now. 6.5 final term. There's Meek in the ruck. Slaps it down to Brodie. Got his head over the footy. And players with him. Higgins just wrestling with the ball at ground level. And the umpire says, I'll start again. Still on the wing broadcast side of the ground.
Umpire John Howarth. The ball up here. Stanley creating the drop zone space. Put it down the throat of Brayshaw, who managed to defensively just kick it along the ground of the boundary line. He's been pinged for no desire to keep the ball in play. And so the free goes to Guthrie. That kick has gone 3 metres.
He nearly paid it.
He did too. Guthrie now slides a longer one down the line here. Stenkel's caught underneath this and somehow dropped in his hands and he takes the mark.
He didn't even have the first bite.
He didn't touch it.
Yeah, the second, he just took the second bite. Got paid.
55 metres, just needs to be simplistic with the kick. Geelong players arrive, picked up by Stewart, 50 metres out, long ball. Can Hawkins do anything here? Knocked through for a behind. 15-point margin for the Dockers over Geelong here.
They're coming, the Cats. They got their tails up at the moment. Repeat inside 50s. The crowd's getting going. Dangerous little period here for the Dockers.
7-5 to 9-8. 15 points, as BT said. Dockers way. Long kick to Tracy here in the wing. Through his fingertips, he couldn't mark. Stewart gave it to Selwood by hand, who then hand pass to Cameron. He's kicked in towards Isaac Smith into the centre. Goes further into 7 to Blitzars. Dropped it, had to go back and pick it up and does now. Quick barrel onto his right boot. Just inside forward, 50-40 out, and Stanley, the big ruckman, hit the pack hard and took the mark, and he'll go back and have a shot from 45.
Well, they nearly messed it up through the middle of the ground. Blitzabs was actually widening or running out to the open side. Didn't realise that the handball had already been given to him. Turned around, slipped over, still had time to pick it up, torp it in. This becomes a massive kick, Duck.
A huge kick.
To bring it back to 9 points, if he can put it through. The Dockers have the lead, and the Cats, well, they're coming. 9 minutes final term. Flags raised all around the ground. And he's got a couple, does Big Stanley, the Triple M IJ Liquor scoreboard. 9-point lead to the Dockers.
Without being negative, to say something positive. This is why we get frustrated with Reece Stanley. Because we can see what he's capable of, BT.
Yep.
Big mark in the goal square.
Doesn't do it often.
And then a big mark there and goes back and kicks that one as well. You can just see what he can do, his athleticism. But you're right, just not consistent enough. But he could well be the match winner. That is a big, big kick under pressure.
2 of the last 3 goals, Geelong. The last 2 consecutively. After it got out to a game-high 23 points, they're back to 9. And they're wound up like 2 Bob watches. Higgins out of the middle, couldn't do it. Got on the end of it, the big fella Meekie. Got the handball off. Molested there was Tucker. got the handball further afield. This is Walker heading towards goal, goes long and deep without great authority. Atkins couldn't get there, it goes over the line, but Fremantle have it locked in there. Forward 50 here. We've played 10 minutes in the final quarter. Still lots of time, but it's the margin is narrowing by the moment. 9 points in favour of Freo.
So the Dockers, do they start feeling it now that the Cats are coming on their home ground and they're attacking the footy hard at ground level? Blitzar's got to the bottom of the pack, punts it up to Atkins, but his kick under pressure has gone out of bounds on the full, and Jordan Clark will bring it back in. Frederick was the pressure player.
Is it Frederick or Frederick?
Fredericks.
Depends.
Frederick.
Frederick.
Oh, if you want to go Frederick.
Kick to the forward pocket to Walters has been slapped out of bounds.
Speak like the Queen, you can go Frederick.
Frederick.
Or Frederick.
Well, it's not spelled Frederick, though. It's spelled Frederick.
No, it's good now.
Frederick, I meant.
Frederick.
Phonetically.
Having real trouble. Collier. With a simple name. There's that Tui.
Just Fred.
Stewart.
Just Fred.
Loads it off out.
Frederick.
Freddie.
Doesn't have an E.
Short ball, O'Connor.
In the middle.
He's saying it's got an in the middle. Frederick.
It does?
Yeah.
No,
it
it doesn't.
does.
Frederick doesn't.
Oh.
I'm a Francis.
Oh, you're going the other way.
Boy.
Which comes from Frederick.
I thought you were going the other way.
Duck's giving us a
English lesson.
A name lesson. I guess he's had plenty to name. As the ball comes off hands and over the line out of bounds on centre wing. Bit of a little minor stalemate here.
Lull.
And so Duck just waltzing through all of the names to make sure they're pronounced correctly. It is the Cats down by 9.
They are. It's on the wing. So we start again. Kicked off the ground towards half forward for Geelong. Cameron tried to kick it off the ground in the advantage of his teammate. Walker got in the way, but then claimed it and he just kicked it straight to, might have been Big Meat back there. It was Cox, in fact, who kicks the ball back out into the wing. He's only about 5 metres away.
Professional free there from Brayshaw.
Brayshaw on Isaac Smith, so he gets up with the footy forward to the wing for Geelong. 9 points the margin. The Cats trail. Long kick towards full forward. Thump down to ground level 2. He had it and then lost it. Goes back to pick it up. Akers got in the way. Big Tommy Hawkins picks it up. Hand pass to Higgins. Snaps from 35. It's landed short, and Aish was right on the goal line for the Dockers, and he took the defensive mark.
Didn't get the height in the snapshot, Higgins. He kicked a low snap. Someone on the line, and now a little ball here from Walker. Goes wide. Fremantle, can they survive this little mini onslaught here from the Cats? They are out. Ball in the hands of Schultz. Goes wide. Will they mess it up here? Frederick zooming to the game. Well done. Gee, that was Zach Tui backed out with the footy. Stewart gave it on as well. They're caught, but they still get the kick away. Brayshaw intercepts the ball that would have landed with Higgins. When Atkins got him, throws him over the line. So the Cats have rediscovered their mojo here in the final quarter. 53 Geelong, 62 Freo.
Pressure building on Freo. Just made a couple of decision-making errors, not skill errors.
Triple M C-Bus Super Special comments. The Duck and Burn this afternoon thumped away towards the Geelong goal. Mundy tracks it backwards and claims it for the Dockers. Hand pass to Akers, hand pass to Sarong. And to Switkowski. Gives it back towards Akers. Short kick to Brayshaw, and he marks defensive side of the wing out of side. He's right on the boundary line out there. How many for Brayshaw today, Ash?
27 touches, leading ball winner for the Dockers.
Called the play on, drops it onto his right boot. Just a sort of a 35 to 40 metre drop punt to half forward. Tracy was the target. Stewart got in the way and slapped it towards the boundary line. Collier couldn't get there quick enough. So halfway between wing and half forward for the Dockers on the outer side of the ground. They hang on to a 9-point lead. 14 minutes final term. IJ Liquor scoreboard.
Yeah, the Dockers half forward line boundary throw in. Blitzarves and Lobb start their run up back on the edge of the centre square. Way too far back. Never going to make it there, and they always make it look like the boundary umpire's gone short. Not the case. Handball comes to Akers. Akers, little right foot chipper inside. Horrible. Horrible. It was marked by Stewart. He plays on with a quick release ball. Out to Higgins and now Tui. Tui's caught in the tackle, but he had the legs to hang on and handball. That was smothered. Spills to Mundy. On to Brayshaw with a handball. Look at the Cats getting back in big numbers. Stewart marks in the last line of defence.
And this is what Fremantle weren't doing in the first 3 quarters. They're allowing De Koning and those guys to sag off and be the loose. So every time they win it, which they have done in the last couple of minutes and then bombed it in, Cats have had the numbers. They were manning that player up for the first 3 quarters. In the last 5 minutes, they haven't.
Dockers by 9 points. 15 minutes now, final term. Boundary throw in. Brody off hands, grabs it. Punts it out to Clark for the Dockers. Another one to Sarong. Goes back by hand to Cox. Cox back to Clark. They're still on the wing. Hand pass Sarong. Good pressure from the Cats. Can they turn it over? Selwood put his head over it. Little deft tap to Isaac Smith. And now he left foots it towards half forward to an open forward line. Cameron and Hawkins. Oh, Cameron grabbed it. Beautiful sliding one-handed pick up. Then he hit the deck. Hand pass to close. Back to Cameron who got back up. Good pressure from the Dockers. Turnover hand pass to Sarong. A long hand pass to Lobb, who stands here on the wing. Goes back by hand towards his teammate in Brody. Kicks forward to the wing to Tracy, who hoofs it off the ground. Goes out of bounds 20 metres on. Look at the umpire. Spot on, Duck.
He actually tried to keep it on the infield.
Even though he didn't mean to put it out of bounds, the umpires, as soon as you go off the ground like that, they pay it.
He was in his forward end trying to create an opportunity anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Here we go. Kolodjasny, high ball looking for Myers. Myers couldn't get it. Stanley through traffic. Little handball to Myers. Myers caught. Got him cold. Free kick will go the way here of Fremantle's Tracy.
Again, tackle pressure around the 50-50 balls. Fremantle just keeps standing up in that area.
Man, can you break it down to the last 2 minutes of pressure? Because Fremantle's has been at 3, I reckon. 300, that is.
8 minutes 40 remaining as De Koning takes the mark.
And that's that loose.
So he's inside, defensive 50 for the Cats, and he's put it on the head of Tracy, who flies up close and was set up for him.
Missed it.
Oh, hello. What? Umpire said
downfield.
Thank you. What's up over there?
Downfield it might have been.
I think it was downfield. Yeah. Kicked it,
All right, so Close has got it at half back, so the Cats
silly
get a bit of luck there. Short ball to Higgins, who slides to his knees and marks this defensive side of the wing. 9 points is still the margin. 17 minutes final term. Geelong trail at home. Long kick to half forward. Punched into the centre of the ground. Big lob waits for it. Cameron Guthrie got there first. Pearce grabbed it and tried to barge through. Got caught high. The umpire was blindsided. And now a high free kick to the Dockers for the second player who threw himself at the footy in the middle of the ground, and that was Sarong, and he'll get the free kick.
He has indeed. Immediately goes wide looking for Ace, having trouble with the Western Sun at the moment. Ace couldn't control it. Eventually got hold of it and got a free kick. Advantage paid. Now it'll come back to Akers. It'll be a free kick going to Blake Akers. Just forward of the wing here. So we've got about 7 minutes left in the game.
Got that pressure there, two man.
Well, last 10 minutes, I can only break it down. Doug, they're going at 2:04, the Dockers.
3 minute. Fremantle by 9 points.
For BT, that's a 7.8, 8.5.
Ash having trouble breaking down the raw numbers. Akers kicks a high ball, lob bound, both on it, couldn't reel it in. Tui, little sidestep, Kolodjasny caught high. A throw. It'll go against Kolodjasny, I think. Free kick will go the way of the Fremantle Dockers. I think it's Brody. And the man on the mark stands at 45 metres.
Big kick.
Jeez, that's a big decision too. I thought it was actually a high free kick. Called the throw.
Almost ices the game at a 9-point margin now to get it out to 15 with about 6 remaining. Brody comes in. Kick is offline. Right to the line, kept in play. Guthrie has to concede the behind though, and it's now a 10-point lead to Fremantle. Down to you, Jay-Z, for Bob Jane Team Arts. He might be on his way up, Jay-Z. He normally just goes into the 2/3.
He's either on his way up or on his way down.
Yes, that's right.
By the time he gets down, he comes back up.
He really spends a third going up, a third going down, and just a third in action.
A long kick to the wing here, and the Dockers can come again because Clark's taken the mark. He's kicked it out wide to Brody, who's happy to see it bounce in front of him out of bounds. So halfway between wing and half forward, Dockers way out of sight of the ground. And there'll be a boundary throw in. 9-9-63 the Dockers, 8-5-53 the Cats. 19 and a half final term. Triple M IJ Liquor scoreboard. Boundary throw in. Here we go. Blitzarves and Lobb. Both got a hand on it, you reckon. Down to ground level to Selwood. Couldn't go. Aish had it. Little hand pass back into the pack. And now the midfielders just attack the footy. The umpire will call for a ball up. So still on the wing out of sight of the ground. Who gets the next clearing ball? 20 minutes now into the final term.
10-point margin. Freo. Kick smothered off the boot. Geelong live to fight another day on the wing as it goes over the line out of bounds. It's on the non-members wing, the outer wing here at Geelong. The skinny side. The opposite to the fat side. Blitz halves in the ruck, wins it hands down. Straight to Brodie, bangs it to centre half forward. De Koning needs to win this. Walters through traffic, got the handball over the top to Schultz. He can run onto this, he's got one to beat. Handball out to Collier, Collier to Frederick, goal. Fremantle by 16 points. Freo by 16 points on the Triple M RGA Liquor scoreboard.
And once again, built off the back of pressure, wasn't it? I mean, it's enormous. Their speed to get over, put pressure on, and then their speed to run forward the footy. And finally, they got the ball inside their forward 50 without the loose. In actual fact, it was 3-on-1 on Harvey Norman. And I love the fact that Frederick
is that how you say?
Didn't bomb the ball 50 metres. Just had some class and just dribbled it through, BT.
Didn't kick it into the mud heap.
Didn't want to lose a footy.
No, get it dirty.
Nice bit of play on the Harvey Norman replay. Harvey Norman receive a bonus gift card on selected cooking appliances. Conditions apply. Well, that is going to make it tough now. The Cats, can they come again for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water? Triple M Rocks footy. Ream Hot Water built tough for Aussie conditions when it comes to water heating. Ask your plumber to install the Ream. Bounces good. The Dockers out of the centre, but Stewart stood in the way at halfback, took the mark and hit the ground running, but it was a low drilling ball to Selwood, and getting in the way is his opponent in Brodie, who marks right in the centre of GMHBA Stadium. Again, he doesn't go, he goes real wide to O'Driscoll, who's just forward to the wing, outer side of the ground. He marks just inside the boundary line.
Time to run a minute or two off the clock. There's 5 minutes in the game remaining. If they take this next minute or two and possess the footy, it is game over. Don't worry about the last minute or two. Do it right now. Pick up opportunity there by Schultz. Couldn't quite grab it. Geelong looking like they're just about snuffed out here at the moment. Atkins did well. Got the little handball to O'Connor. Guthrie. De Koning out the back to Smith, but they're all under pressure. They keep coming at them. Stewart's kick is very, very high. It was under pressure and low. Marks at half forward for Fremantle. They lead it by 16 points.
Choice Hotels, Ash around the grounds. What's happening in Adelaide?
It's the Giants by 73 points over the Crows, nearing three-quarter time.
Logue sets it up in the forward pocket for his teammates. Tucker off hands had it, lost it in a tackle. Close little hand pass, and now a kick for the Cats back to the wing. Cameron couldn't mark, and that allows Walker in to claim it. Hand pass back to Ryan. He's forward of the wing, and he drives it wide and long and close to the boundary line. Big Meek got in there and just slapped it out of bounds and locked it inside the Dockers forward 50, but it's a free kick in the end to Tommy Stewart, who's got it at left half-back.
4:15 remaining. Have a look at the way Fremantle have got them choked up here in the pocket, the back pocket, Geelong. Kick down the line to Stanley, off hands, close, stretches the shoulders, draws the handballer. Cameron almost run down behind, got the handball away to Stengel. Stengel goes inside 50 with a clumsy wide kick to the advantage of Pearce, and Hawkins spoils it to the boundary, but Geelong have got it at their end of the ground. 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go in this game. It is a 16-point lead to Fremantle.
So right into the ground for the Cats. They've got to work on that scoreboard now. In the ruck was big Tommy Hawkins. Tried to grab it and hand pass it to the advantage of his little blokes, but plenty of Dockers in the way. Ryan, one of those. Hand pass to Brodie. Brodie on the wing, hand pass to the big fella in Lob. Lob's hand pass smothered. The Cats can go again through Duncan. Getting in the way was Schultz. Just threw himself at the footy. It's still on the deck in dispute. Tucker tried to kick it off the ground. It's inside forward 50 for the Cats, but Logue drops back with Pearce, and they double team Cameron. Pearce has got it now, but Cameron kept the pressure on. Smothered the hand pass of Pearce. Taps it to full forward in hope, looking for a teammate. No one there. Stengel was behind Ryan, and Ryan slapped it through for a rush point to the Cats. 15-point lead now to the Dockers. Triple MIJ Liquor scoreboard, 24.5 final turn.
There's a little clumsy there from Pearce, and look at this. Duncan's taken the kick in away. Got it to Hawkins. Hawkins to Higgins, and once again, Higgins no hide on the snap. Picked up by Stengel. Snap goal. Got it. It's back, I think, to 10 points, is it?
9.
9 points. Got no scoreboard here, got no idea what's going on, but it's back to a 9-point margin. after that goal from Geelong. And we've got how long to go, Will? There's nothing working here at Geelong. We're out of power. There's 3 minutes to go, and Geelong trail by 9 points.
And that there just a skill error, but then there were 3 or 4 Fremantle players that Harvey Norman showed us. So they should have cleared that footy. Simple as that. So lucky goal to Geelong, but sometimes the harder you try, the luckier you become.
A couple of jittery mistakes too, Duck. The last 2 exit D50s from Fremantle. They're just inviting Geelong back into this contest. There was one earlier with Pearce that got intercepted, the handball by Cameron, almost a shot on goal, and then that one results in a goal.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy, 9-point margin, Freo's way, 25.5 into the final term. Hughes bounces through the centre of the ground, his hand pass smothered, Mundy got it. Switkowski picks up the spillage, hand pass Sarong. Dragged down at a tackle, but got his kick it away to half forward. Tui's got to go, and he does. Got to get around Schultz one way then the other. Schultz with the pressure. Tui finally loses him. Kolajasny screaming for it across half back, and he'll take the mark, but they've got to go.
They've got to go, and they do. Kolajasny just got around Brayshaw on that occasion, or Akers it might have been. Back inside, Duncan couldn't take the mark. Would have been pinned in the tackle if he tried to. Now it spills to Blitzarves, and Parfitt kept it alive to Guthrie. Guthrie back to Blitzarves. He was tackled high. They take the advantage. They probably shouldn't have. Selwood was taken high as well. He'll get the free kick here. 60 metres out from Geelong's goal. They're down by 9 points. Couple of minutes remaining here. Back inside to Atkins. And Atkins inside the centre square. Wants to pump it long. Does. High ball. Where's Cameron? He's coming fast. Couldn't get hands on the ball. Look at the purple jumpers. They're everywhere. Logue pushes off out the back to Ryan. Ryan's caught with a footy. Kicks it away. And it goes over the line and out of bounds. Inside Geelong's forward 50. 2 minutes remaining. Freo by 9 points.
Nervous times for Fremantle. They've got all their numbers basically in D50.
Cats 45 around from their goal, and as BT said, just big numbers inside their forward 50. What's happened here? We got a blood? Play has stopped.
Stanley's injured at the moment, Baz, so they just want him to clear the area before they're going to throw it in.
No, Bloody's just got to walk away. He's limping and he wants to stay on the ground, so he shrugged off the trainers. The ball spins back into play, so he lopes towards full forward, looking for a high one. Hawkins missed the footy by hand. Pearce picks it up on the bounce for the Dockers. Spins around and hand passes outside defensive 50. Tommy Stewart attacked it for the Cats, won it. Kicks to Skengel in the forward pocket, and Cox was with him. Slapped it out of his hands out of bounds, and now it's 30 metres around from the Cats' goal.
Stewart's been enormous. How many possessions, Two-Man? I reckon it'll be a PB.
So boundary.
Two-Man's gone.
Two-Man's gone back to Melbourne.
Boundary throw in forward 50. He switched off Two-Man. He might have got the shites. I'm not sure. He's not here anymore. He could have walked. The rumour is he has. But it's about the game here at the moment. And Clark goes out very wide. The mark taken by Stewart. It's got a pink pump back inside by Selwood. Selwood goes deep inside 50. The mark's taken by Duncan. No, it's not. It's dropped. Knocked to the ground. Picked up here by Fremantle, and Switkowski gets him out of trouble. Big mark over the top. Fires it off to Stewart. Stewart goes back inside 50. Got about a minute remaining, and the mark is taken deep by Meek.
So Meek in the back pocket. The Dockers are standing up.
Need to get some numbers down the line here, Fremantle. They've just continually kicked back to Geelong's numbers. Need a reset.
They have been tested in the remaining minutes of this final term. Meek's kick's gone out in the full. It's gone too wide.
Not there.
45 seconds on the clock. Selwood's got it. And it's a 9-point lead to Freo. Kicks into the centre to Cam Guthrie. Goes out wide to Blitzarves. Got to go. He does. He marks. Gives it everything he's got. Long bombers home. It's a 3-point ball game. Seconds remaining in the match on the IJ Liquor scoreboard. There are 25 seconds left, and there's enough time for the Cats to perhaps pinch this game still.
Wow, what do you do in the middle? Tell us about what should happen in the middle if you're Geelong now.
Well, if you're Geelong, you've just got to get it. You've just got to get it into your forward 50 as quick as you can and get a one-on-one and hope for a mark.
But who do you want in there to do that? I wonder.
You put all your they've got Guthrie. They've put the bigger Blitzarves, Duncan and Selwood. So they've gone with absolute experience in the middle of the ground for the Cats.
And what about Fremantle, Bernie?
Sarong, they've got Mundy and Brayshaw. So all the stars are in there. I would say Fremantle, they're setting up a defensive triangle. Geelong are going around to man them up. They're going to open up the defensive side. Wouldn't be surprised if he hits it defensive side.
26 seconds. They're down here at the moment by 3 to Cats. They've got an opportunity to win a free in the middle. Mundy scratched the ball out. Stewart went and got it. 20 seconds remaining. Mundy still in the middle. Got it. Switkowski kicked it out to no man's land. But look at the Fremantle runners. There's 3 of them that'll arrive and they can raffle it between them. And that just about stitches it up. Although they come now strong. And Steckel, and there's the siren. Fremantle have won. Bit of an upset here. They've won by 3 points over the Cats on their home turf. In an almighty game. Anyone that wins here, any time, has done well against the Cats.
Duckers.
10-6, 66 to 10-9, 69. So the Dockers hang on by 3 points. And they were challenged. They fought them off duck and burn in that final term because the Cats were coming. We knew they'd come, but they've managed to hang on in what will be a spoken about win this week because they were tested when they came here. Everybody thought, what are they all about? They've lost a couple of senior players before they ran out in the ground, and they've come here and got the points.
Oh, they certainly have. We said if it was a Fremantle win today, it was a big statement to the competition, and they have arrived, Duck. They're a team now that have the confidence to come to Geelong, beat Geelong on their home deck, missing 3 of arguably their best players. This is a huge win for the footy club, and I think teams now, Fremantle, will notice Fremantle because they're just such an even spread. Really hard to pick even a best player for their side because they're so even. Their defenders across their half-back line, Cox, Logue, Pearce, all these names that aren't big names in the competition. They just play their role. They come off their man. They help out. And in the midfield, again, not big names, but Sarong, Brayshaw, these guys, they just keep turning up and doing the job. And look at this, they've turned up here and won in a close one, probably the better team for the day. In all credit to Geelong there, they came really hard late, but Fremantle were the best team and deserved to win.
Yeah, they got a contribution from everyone on the ground,
Every
Fremantle,
single
and that's
one.
exactly what you want if you're going to go further in this competition. Cats were brave in the end, but I thought they were outplayed for most of the day.
Yep.
Other than, I reckon, the first 10 minutes of the 15 minutes of the first quarter, I reckon Fremantle were the better team.
Yep.
I really do. So they deserve their win, albeit by a very small margin. And like you said, to take a win down here at this stadium against Geelong, that is a, dare I say it, an 8-pointer.
That is marvellous. Let's go down courtesy of Fox Footy down to Blake Acres down on the boundary line.
How we wanted to see how far we've come. I think this shows us that we've really improved this year, and it's great to get a win on the road, but especially in Geelong, like they're a real tough team, especially on their home deck. So we'll take a lot of confidence out of this win. Great to get a win for Darcy Tucker, whose 100th game was, and punt for all the boys.
Your defence was so good. You got on the end of one when you forced Geelong backwards and forwards. Yeah. How much of a focus was that in the off-season?
We pride our whole game on our team defence, especially in the front half. So to be able to get a bit of reward off that is great. But we just do that all game. We'll just keep knuckling down in that sort of side of the game.
And your own form, brilliant game today, 27 touches, got on the end of one as well. What do you say, I guess, about where your footy's going?
I suppose it's on the back of all my teammates, to be honest. The work they do inside the stoppages and in the contest really gets me involved. So, I just keep rocking up to the contest and my boys win it for me and feed it out, which is lovely. So I'll keep getting there and hopefully I keep getting a bit of the pill.
And just finally, what do you think a win like this does? You come into the cauldron here, down here at the Cattery. How does this set you up for the rest of the year?
Well, it's another game for us, so we'll take the 4 points, we'll celebrate tonight, we'll get home, review it just like every other game, and then focus on North Melbourne next Friday.
Mate, congratulations. Well done.
Thank you, guys. Cheers. Appreciate it.
A 3-point win of the Dockers. Blake Acres down there, courtesy of Fox Footy with Tony Armstrong. Bob Jane Teamarts, JZ Clark, and local fans would be a bit flat.
No, certainly would be. It's Fremantle's first win at the Cattery since 2015, so the first victory here in Geelong in 7 years. Great effort by Justin Longmuir and his team, and again, defensively, as you guys have said all game, they were supreme in the back half. Kept the Cats to 66 points. That's continues their red-hot defensive streak. Since round 2, the highest score against them has been 65 points. So they are tight as a drum back there. They play on Friday night next week. They host North Melbourne at Optus Stadium, while Geelong travel up to Canberra, where they'll take on GWS Giants, who sound like they got the job done against Adelaide today. So both sides will be keen to win next weekend. The Cats taking on the GWS Giants at Fremantle up against the Kangaroos.
Thanks, Jay-Z. Andrew Brayshaw now, courtesy of Fox Footy.
Just keep it inside, and if we can, go long and wide. And we had almost a repeat, spilled it out wide, got another repeat, and then the siren went, so we stuck to our guns.
What's the reason behind the composure this team is showing, particularly when Geelong were pressing that entire final term? I've heard you speak a lot about the work you've done in pre-season.
Yeah, we've been working on our skills. Also, we played a few teams that roll around like they do, so we're really trying to look low, look lateral. And we saw a couple of times when we did look open side, we had really good opportunities going forward. So, and it's also just backing yourself in, be confident over the ball.
Such an even contribution across the entire group. But what about Blake Acres today in particular?
Yeah, the Sheriff, he was amazing today. He backed himself in, broke so many tackles and opened the game up for us, so he was huge.
Finally, a win without Sean Darcy, Matt Taberner and Nat Fife and a couple of other handy players. Is this the kind of victory that can make you start to believe maybe this is our year?
It's a huge win. You mentioned those names. It's exciting to have them coming back soon later in the year, and I think we're 6-1 now, so we're in a really good position. I'm just super excited for the group.
The boys have waited long enough. Go and sing the song.
Thank you. Cheers.
Courtesy of Fox Footy, Kath Lachlan there with Andrew Brayshaw. Don't forget My Macca's Rewards has arrived. Order via My Macca's app and score rewards points today. Around the grounds for Choice Hotels. The Giants by 65 points at the moment over the Crows, 6.5 minutes into the final term. And Toby Green's kicked 4 goals in that one. We're going to cross to Melbourne and Hawthorn shortly. Dark, I suppose we came to have a look, and the Dockers have delivered.
Absolutely. You, like we've said all day, you can't be any more impressed with this team. And it's the evenness over the whole ground. We've said it numerous times, and we mentioned it numerous times as well, Benny, the speed of which they have all over the ground. Yep. I mean, they are enormous inside and outside, and I thought that worried the Cats on a lot of occasions today, and it just goes to show you missed two of your better players, and they come down here, and that's a sign of a good team.
Yeah,
they can miss 2, come down to this arena and win. That's huge.
And you guys said that during the call, that they didn't just, it wasn't 1 or 2 blokes that lifted at certain stages during the game. You've gone, the whole team's lifted.
Yeah, and everyone to a man, when it was their moment, they did something.
Yeah. Yep.
They really did. And when they made a mistake, they didn't dwell on it.
No.
They got back, they put pressure on, they won it back.
All right, the Triple M MVP award for homeloans.com.au. Homeloans.com.au, of course, when it comes to the fairest home loans, they're the true MVP. And, Duck, you've got the good ones today.
Yeah, I'm going to give one vote to Logue. I thought he was enormous. Played on Jeremy Cameron. You know, Jeremy Cameron's only gone scoreless 9 times in 192 games.
Yes.
9 times in 192 games. Scoreless today. He had a bit of the ball. I think he had 13 disposals.
Came off to help as well, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And Logue, I think, had 11 or 12 disposals himself and a couple of marks. But it's those big, strong spoils that he really planted during the game. I gave 2 votes to Acres. I think that's his. I haven't watched every game that Freo's played this year, but I reckon that'd be his best game for the club.
Certainly is.
He was clean. He did everything, inside, outside. He was huge. But best man on the ground was Tommy Stewart. He had a PB in possessions, high 30s, 13, 14 marks. He was unbelievable. He just, every time they went in, he was the one player that, in a lot of ways, kept the Cats in the game. He was enormous. So I thought he was best man on the ground. Tommy Stewart.
Burn, fantastic from you as always.
Thank you.
Duck's a superstar. He was that before he walked in the box. That hasn't changed. BT, the best in the business.
Where's BT?
All the action.
He's half up the highway.
He's just chasing Ash. Trying to reconfigure that relationship with him and Ash. Just gone out together. JC Clark was brilliant on the boundary line. We thank Jace, and we thank Will, and we thank everyone in the box that looked after us today. Baz signing off on behalf of the crew. The Dockers have hung on by 3 points to defeat the Cats here at GMHBA Stadium. The Demons and the Hawks next for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.